What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the day. Sorry, this isn't the daily grind. God damn, I have been on this way too much today. This is Mr. Mining Saturday Night Live. I'm with my man, Mr. Max Voltage. I got the Geek of all trades, Hawk Crypto, and my man DJ Mines in his bull costume. I don't even know what to call it. Mask? Is it mask? Is that what that is? That's awesome.
Feeling bullish, boys. Hit that like button.
I'm your host, Chump Change. Good to see you guys. This has been a crazy week and a half or so. Kaspa broke its all-time high. We have an Ethereum ETF. We got Lokotech news. We got a whole bunch of stuff. So we're gonna try to keep things organized in orderly fashion tonight. But let's say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get into this. Mr. Steven Cicero, what's up, buddy? We have Travelers Travels with the Kaspa logos in the chat. Good to see you. Team JFK, what's up, buddy? We have Automatic Beats, Boinker, Scott Sheffield, what's up, buddy? Leo Lustig, Integra Guy, Dave's FinTech, Tizen Coin, good to see you, man. JL, Tommy Coin, good to see you. Let's see, Crypto 440, my man. Actually, Geek of all trades, might need to get a hold of you for that 3090. I saw that video. That is absolutely miserable. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Shitty.
And yeah. Oh, wait, Crypto KJ, you're here? Dude, you won the hash rate giveaway. He said off the bed. Oh, off the bed. So that was earlier. I don't know what the timestamp was, but whatever. You won the hash rate giveaway, so congrats. All right. Max Voltage, how's your day today, buddy? How you doing?
It was good. It was good. By the way, I have to make a comment. You know, it must be the thing to do today, because when we were recording earlier, what did Goat do? Goat.
Yeah.
That was weird, man.
That was weird.
I've done that in like 2 years. That was so weird.
Yep. He you want to just tell people how you rebranded and
it was just weird. Like, I tried to do an intro as unboxing project, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's YouTube fries your brain. That's the moral of the story, people.
Yes.
Back to Max with the fried brain. How's life? I like the background. It looks nice. I like the plant.
It does look really nice.
Somebody, I was like wondering if you guys were going to notice. Did you guys not notice when we were finishing up the conversation after the live stream that Sunflower Mama was like
moving around? Yeah, I was wondering what was happening. Yeah, no, I noticed, but that's great.
I just figured it was over. Like, she was taking half your stuff and like just you had a good run, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she's just awesome like that. She was like, all right, this is what we're doing today. Wait a minute. No, I got a bunch of things going on. Really? All right, fine.
I actually like the little bookshelf things you got. Are those like drawers, kind of like cloth drawers or something?
They're like little
boxes.
White boxes, cloth boxes that go into the shelves. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, those things are awesome. Hell yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Now you just put,
by the way,
AI rig in each one.
We're making room for the cryptnistry.
Cryptnistry. Right yes. Max likes to put up a Christmas tree every December, and he also leaves it up for like 4 months after Christmas.
Well, we're gonna start
take it down till
probably
May.
By Mondays. Monday with Max, it will be up.
Wow, it's
really
early.
Wow, that's really.
But it's really not that early. Did you know that Home Depot have their Christmas trees up in October?
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
All right, I made it short. And it was weird. I walked in. I'm like,
it's been that way every year.
Shit?
It hasn't
Christmas
changed. It's always like that.
Not wrong.
I didn't know. It was that early. Anyways,
I think they put it up one day earlier every year, and pretty soon it'll just be a section.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Geek of all trades, how was your day, buddy? I saw you said you went to get some new shelves, right, for your 3D printers.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah. No, not for the 3D printers, for the garage. It's still a mess from moving. So we're trying to get some organization going in there, and I'd like to be able to pull a car in my garage. That'd be nice.
What a concept.
Right.
Yeah, it's this new thing. I don't know, but yeah, no, I went and got that after we recorded a video this morning, and then got on a live stream with you again this afternoon, and been editing. And I feel you, man. I'm like, I'm here, 5 days a week, and then on the weekend I'm here again.
Yep. It's wasting away slowly. Mr. Hawk Crypto, how was your day? I know you've been a little under the weather. What's going on with you?
It's an understatement. I'm good, man. Got unfortunately I caught the vid, so I'm just home relaxing. First 2 days it was brutal, man. Like, I was brutal, but I'm better now, so it's kind of just chilling at home and just riding it out. So,
yeah, I was I was incapacitated on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't think I've ever slept that much in my life. Test came back negative, but I swear, I don't know what the hell I had, but I wasn't like sick. I wasn't hot and sweating. I was just exhausted and like just felt like shit. Like I can't even explain it. Like my brain was hot, but my head wasn't. You know what I mean? Like it just felt like I was boiling.
It's so weird. It's so
terrible.
weird because I go outside. Like I can move around. I'm not, you know, I'm not incapacitated, but I went outside, walked the dog, and I could smell the grass. Like I didn't lose any sense of smell or taste or like none of that BS. Like I was just smelling things that were just like I never smelled before. Like I don't know. Like my everything was so clear. I don't know.
Have you had it before?
3 times.
3 times?
Yeah. This is 4.
Thank you. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Oh, bless
Are you vaccinated, Hawk?
No. Nope.
No.
Nope.
I get why you get it 3 times.
I don't put in hydraulics.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mr.
You were
DJ, how
forced
you
to
been,
do
buddy?
it.
I was.
So you were forced to do
Wonderful.
it.
It is such a beautiful day. Thank you for asking that, Chump Change. Every day is beautiful, boys. It's just money everywhere. Everything just keeps going up.
The KS2 is killing it, right?
KS2 is killing it. Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah.
Change. KS2, it's a beautiful day. And I'm just, you know what? Even when we get our little dip that's going to come eventually, it's okay. It's okay. Because about a year from now, everybody's going to be smiling and happy. I'm just thinking about all the good times that are coming, boys.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to know what you guys in the chat have to say about Kaspa. Like, are you guys mining Kaspa? Do you guys have any machines? Let me know. Store in the chat. If you guys have any questions, obviously we could talk about things. We're going to get into like the mining segment of the night. I like to start off with that. I think that's probably a good idea to starting off with mining stuff, as we are a mining channel. We never talk about mining. Terrible. Last couple of weeks has been awful, but I think we need to talk about this. So Kaspa in their all-time high. I mean, what did they hit actually now? I'm going to have to look real quick.
Highest was 998, I think. It was
No, I
like
think it
almost
hit
10 cents, yeah.
under. It was just under 10, like right there.
I thought it
Crazy.
actually hit 10.
No, it was so close.
So right now we're at
998.
8.6, which is, I mean, ridiculously good.
Yeah,
It's still
9839, yeah.
awesome.
When we were in
see.
DC, I'm sorry, cut
Holy
you off.
shit.
We were in DC. It just hit 5 cents, I think, for the first time.
Wow, this is saying 9.9. Crazy. Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be killing it. Just killing it on Kaspa.
Shout out to Mass Boost because he called it. He said it hit 10 cents before the year's out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Wow. I
called
wonder
it.
what
He's
made
like,
him think
yeah.
that. That's great.
He says he goes, it's gonna hit 10 cents, man. It's gonna hit 10 cents fast. He called it in our we're in Discord late at night.
That's crazy. I know some other guy that's calling. I think he said like 14 cents or something by December or Christmas time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What do you think it is that's pushing it? That's just pushing it up like that? I mean, is it did it hit some new exchanges, or is it like
It
is
did.
it being adopted? Okay,
It's being
Yeah, that
adopted
would-
heavily. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like there was
They had a new
something-
wallet too recently, didn't they? They got onto a new wallet.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I thought I saw that in there.
Let me see. There was something. I forget what it was. Guys, if you know in the chat, please let us know. I feel like I heard something. A reason it was pumping, and I forget what the hell it was now. I've just been so focused on everything else lately.
Coin
But-
market cap. That's nice. That helps. I mean,
Somebody
Did they
mentioned
get
that it
that
was
new
going
exchange
on
right now?
Binance. Is it going on Binance? Somebody mentioned
that's
Kaspa
the
going on
rumor.
Binance.
It's a rumor right
Okay.
now.
Buy the rumor,
Ooh.
sell the news.
Oh, you know what? What the hell was that in Discord? Hold on, let me see. I know I had something somewhere. There was like they needed money for something. They were raising money for something, and within like an hour, it was like already raised. I forget what the hell it was, but it was like a week ago, right? If I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Let me see.
I'm looking.
Is that for
Scrolling through my
somebody
Discord.
trying to like get on an exchange? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it was an exchange. They were trying to do something, and I don't recall what it was. I just remember seeing a screenshot of it and being like, "Oh, damn!" And I reposted it. But I'm looking through my VIP. Give me a second.
I think it's just a matter of time until it's on crypto.com and Coinbase. Like at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
it hit rank 30 the other day. Now it's like 34, 35 because it's kind of cooled down a little bit, but it could potentially be a top 20 crypto really, really soon.
And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge for a brand new coin and a bear run, right? Everyone, thanks to Bubble Lightning's efforts. What is this? Ledger Security. Oh, this is for the Ledger thing. Right, that's what this was.
That's what
Right,
it was.
a
Ledger.
permanent CFO. Yeah. It's responsible for carrying the financial transactions. He will convert collected Kaspa into dollars, and literally, like, no joke, within like an hour of them getting it, right here. It said, everyone, not sure how to properly express my feelings right now, but I'm obligated to announce that the collection is completed a half hour after it began. Dude, like, people were just,
That's wild.
like, people push this community so hard, and it's absolutely wild, to be honest. I knew there was something. That was October 30th, though. So, yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago, just about, which is kind of crazy. But, I mean, are you guys concerned at all about it? Like, Max, are you mining Kaspa? Do you have anything, like, no? All right, well,
No.
I don't know. I'm concerned with the hash rate with all these machines, but at the same time, like, it's so bullish that these machines just keep coming out. And I don't know if it's actually going to affect things negatively or not. But it's wild that we're going to see it actually fully mined out before, you know, we die, unlike Bitcoin, where we're never going to see that fully mined out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll all be gone by then. It's crazy. So what do you guys know what year it will be fully mined out? Is it like 2 years from now?
2037.
25?
Yeah,
Or is it-
something around there. 37,
is it really?
38.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
thought
All
it
right.
was,
So
like,
it's
in
a
the
decent
next
amount
couple of
away then.
years.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know why I thought it
if-
was super quick for some reason.
Something
I
around
don't-
there.
I don't know if their schedule factored in all this hash rate coming in, because there was a point, and a lot of people are going to argue this, but there was a point where they were ahead of schedule, but I think it resets itself. So we'll see, but it's got till 2037. And look, I think what's going to launch Kaspa, everybody's like, oh my God, fast transactions. That's only going to take them so far. Building that layer 2 that they're going to build, man, on top of having ultra fast transactions, that's what's really going to push it to the next level if they do good by it.
Right.
So.
Crazy. Geek of all trades, what do you think about Kaspa? Are you on the Kaspa train? You mining any of it, or?
I'm not currently mining of it. I mined a bunch of it solo mining back with GPUs earlier in the year, but I've got a fat little moon bag that I'm just sitting on, waiting for the right price, and I'll probably sell some. I probably won't sell all of it, but I'll sell a big chunk of it, and then just keep waiting and keep waiting. I mean, it was. I really liked it. It was really efficient on GPUs. You know, you get a lot of yield out of it, and it wasn't pushing them super hard like a Kapow or something. The algorithm was really smooth, so it was fun to mine when it was around. But when it went to ASICS, it just it killed my barrier of entry right there. I'm not paying 50 grand for a machine. You know, I'm not going to pay $1,000 for an ASIC. You know, not on an altcoin like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay $1,000 for a Bitcoin ASIC that I feel is going to go 2-3 times in value on the hardware side in a bull run. This is, I think, Kaspa's first run, right?
Yeah, it is.
So,
they just had their 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes in a bull run. It might skyrocket to $2, $4. I don't know. I mean, probably
right.
not because of tokenomics, but you know what I mean. It's like it could really take off and be a huge thing, and those $1,000 KS zeros could be worth 10 grand. But I'm not taking that risk.
Right. Yeah. No. You know what? I totally agree with that. I'm just looking at my
I'm
screen.
out here buying.
I just realized
I'm out here
something's
buying
up with
broken
my stream,
GPUs.
my
Come on.
Streamlabs. I apologize. Sorry. Go ahead. Geek of all trades. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said I'm out here buying broken GPUs. That's what I'm spending my hard-earned money on.
3090.
I got
Yeah,
one
that
word
sucks,
to
dude. That sucks.
explain Kaspa. Girth. All right, I'm on the train, man. I'm on the train.
Yeah, honestly, I am too. But I took a different approach. I just purchased the Kaspa instead of buying the miner.
That's good too.
Now, I don't know what you guys think about it in the chat, or you guys here on the panel, like buying the miner versus buying the actual coin. How do you guys feel about it? Like, I guess, me and DJ obviously opposite ends. He did one thing, I did the other. Max, like, I want to check with you guys in the middle. Like, how do you feel about that? Would you, if you had the money to spend, right? Just say it was a 2K even number, right? If you had 2K to spend, would you buy the miner or would you just buy the coin at this point?
It really depends on the coin. And that's why I look at it.
Well, let's talk about Kaspa. If we're just talking about Kaspa, with everything like, hash rate, price going up, like everything's going up, what would you do?
At this point, I'm assuming that the actual ASICs have gone up significantly in price along with the price of Kaspa. I haven't even looked at it. If they were still at the old price, I'd be like, yeah, buy the miner. I mean, the idea is, and I know Panda's gone over this before. It's like, okay, you buy the miner, you mine the crypto. Now you have the crypto, but you also have the hardware. The hardware is always going to have a value to it. So everybody focuses on when will you get your money back. Well, it's fine, you get your money back, but you still have the piece of hardware. It's the same thing with GPUs, any type of hardware that you buy. So
Right.
I would usually favor buying an ASIC, but I'm still of the mindset I like to have my mining stuff around me.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick in the chat, I saw Ted actually put a comment in. I forgot to read it out loud. He said, Rabid ran the numbers. He's seeing it might hit $5 in the bull run. Kaspa. Could you imagine?
There's no way to predict that.
Could you imagine?
Get out of here with
I know,
that.
there really isn't. There really isn't. To be
I love
honest.
Rabbit. Rabbit, I
can do
love
the
you.
math,
I do, but there's no way to predict it.
That thing
I
hits
feel like that's
$5. I'm getting that mansion with the well, the lion early.
with the lion early.
Got to be
There's
a well
no way.
shooting out the water.
$5, it
Yeah.
would be approaching the market cap of like more than Ethereum.
Listen,
Like,
that hits
there's-
$5, man.
no
I'm
way.
buying a yacht. You guys all coming? Like, no joke. That would be absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Anything is possible, but let's not get crazy.
Yeah, I hope. I hope that
$5
happens.
is like $1 million Bitcoin. Like if you like, no, not right now.
I mean, in the bull,
All right, my bad.
in the bear market, we've never seen a coin perform this well. At least I haven't. I don't know about you guys, but it's been doing some crazy things. And at first I was skeptical, and I wish I was on the train sooner. But you know how it goes. Everybody says, like, you know, you buy Bitcoin at the price you deserve it at. I mean, it kind of goes for all crypto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's
Crypto
what it
Frank
is.
makes
It's
a good
kind
point
of
in the chat, though.
Crypto Frank. Shout out to Crypto
Yeah.
Frank for the super chat. Appreciate you. $4.99. He said Kaspa seems exactly like the KDA pump, so be careful. Manufacturers pump the coin and push the ASICs while selling better and better miners, and that's very true. That's
So
a good point.
Panda mentioned that, right?
Yep.
But he looked at the history difference. These miners have actually been out for a long while, and KDA fizzed out real quick, and
It did.
Kadena, but Kaspa's still going. It's been a long time now. Like, it's been like what, 5-6 months? I don't know. It's been a while. It just continues. Or KDA
In
was the total
comparison,
opposite.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
the KA3 came out and it literally crushed the market in like a month. Not even the month it was a dead. You know what I mean?
It's
just
been the
dead
complete
friggin' pony.
opposite.
I think the emission
Yeah.
schedule has a lot to do with that, though. Like KDA didn't have the emission schedule that Kaspa has. I think Kaspa, the creators of Kaspa, probably foresaw, what if ASICs hit the network? We don't want to crash like this other I'm just assuming here. And then they do this emission schedule that kind of prevents the extraordinary amount of hash rate from demolishing the project. So, maybe they found a way to prevent it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it looks like, because there's a lot of hash rate on there.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Mr. Hawk, what's your take on purchasing versus buying? Purchasing the coin versus buying the ASIC. What
are
do
we
you
just
think is
talking
a better
about
decision, I
Kaspa?
guess? Yeah, just with Kaspa. We'll just talk on a specific coin for this one.
Well, I don't know, man, because you can make money on hardware. You know what I mean? Like, now I've said this about the Bitcoin ASICs, but with Kaspa ASICs, I don't know. I think the safest bet would be always to buy the coin in this situation with Kaspa, because nobody knows what's going to happen. It's not like, Bitcoin, where it's been proven, where you can buy, an S21, mine on it, and then in the bull run, you could sell it for 3 times its value, even used. Can Kaspa ASICs do the same thing? Will they do the same thing? I don't know. You know what I mean? We've seen a pattern with Bitcoin. We haven't seen a pattern yet with Kaspa. It hasn't got into that. It was at the tail end of the bull run last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So we haven't even seen how it performs in a bull run yet. So, which is, going to be positive, but, that's the ongoing sentiment. But what the sales are going to be and how it's going to happen, I don't know, man. I don't know. Go ahead, Max. What do you got?
So I did the math. Kaspa would be at 93 billion if it basically did a 50 times, which is what it would be from 10 cents to $5. That puts it just over USDT, but still puts it well short of Ethereum. Ethereum's at 245 billion right now.
I'm not saying it's impossible. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, these people have done the math, and well, anything's possible. Okay, nothing's completely impossible. Just don't have unrealistic expectations. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to hold and I'm going to buy this and I'm going to do this all because you think some YouTuber said that it's going to reach this dollar amount. Don't take financial advice from YouTubers. And I'm sorry. Like, just don't do that. And definitely don't listen to this guy.
I
Don't
had to
listen
put
this
my
guy.
cap on because I'm hearing Kaspa to the moon, baby. Take me with you,
This is called
Kaspa-nauts.
uneducated, unrealistic expectations.
Take me with you. Look how I'm lighting up like I'm flying through space.
Yeah, in your metaverse, you
Lighting
fucking
up.
weirdo.
That's great.
Yeah, he's lit, all right. Is what Sunflower Mountain
He's definitely fucking lit on that hopium.
Oh man. Oh, you know what? I could have put GPUs in that poll. I apologize. I put a poll up and I said, with Kaspa, which would you say is most profitable, buy the coin or buy the ASIC? I just put 2 options. That was it. I want to know what you guys think is most profitable out of those 2 options. What about you, Go? What do you think most profitable?
Well, if you did it a week ago, you'd have doubled your money by now. If you'd have bought $2,000 in Kaspa, you could have got your money back and then went and bought an ASIC.
That's
So,
what happened with me, which is
I think a lot of the timing has to do with it, and
timing's
you know,
huge.
for Kaspa specifically, I see a pullback coming, like a decent sized pullback. It's gone up too high too fast. It's that, you know, fly close to the sun, burn your wings thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And
Fair point.
if you think about Ethereum, part of why Ethereum has such a high market cap is because of its utility. Like, majority of Web3 runs on EVMs, right, on ETH in
Very
one
true.
form or another, between monkey picks and, you know, other, you know, layer 2s and stuff. Kaspa needs something like that. Kaspa needs some smart contracts because it's so fast and it's so much like Ethereum as far as, like, you know, the project itself. Putting some good utility behind it it'll take off like crazy for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's layer 2 is really going to determine its success.
Yeah,
Putting the utility behind Kaspa is really going to determine its success. If it has a shitty layer 2 rollout and nobody's building on it, you're just going to have another project with a layer 2 that no one's building on. And then all this hype and this bullshit wizard hat that this guy's wearing over here, it don't mean nothing. Whoa.
Whoa.
Go stay in your metaverse, okay? Stay in your metaverse. Fly around over there.
I can't wait.
Stay in your metaverse.
You're not invited.
This is reality,
man.
okay?
Mr. Nelson's Crypto says, I have big faith in Jonathan and the team personally, so I'm betting on it. No risk it, no biscuit. That's what Mr. DJ says, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Well, I didn't make that saying up. That's like super old.
right. People say that.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, it is one of those things, you know. You don't take risks. You don't, you know, you never have the chance to win, I guess, right? It's kind of like gambling. You don't buy a scratch ticket, you're never gonna win the lottery. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
Can't win if you don't play.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it makes me nervous, and this is like the point I just kind of want to stress with the amount of miners that are continuously coming out for this algorithm. Like, it's awesome. Obviously, it shows you know, confidence in the market where people think or mining facilities or companies think that Kaspa is going to go further. They're going to capitalize on it with the miners, right? But how far is it going to go? Like, the wind miner K9, whatever it is, just came out, and I don't even know if that thing shipped to anybody yet. I don't know if anyone has one, but
well, it's real. I can tell you it's real.
It's a brand new miner, and it only took about a month and a half for it to come out after the other ones. Like,
yeah,
or
I mean, it's not that much better though. I'm looking at it.
But it's still like
10.3.
progressively, and like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're dropping new ASICs every month, how fast is that gonna kill the coin or make it harder to mine or whatever the case may be, and make all these lower miners insignificant, which is the reason I don't want to purchase one. Do you know what I mean? I mean, do you have any worry about that, DJ, you think, when it comes to more miners coming out?
Nope. No, dude, I'm telling you. All I know, I'm serious, man. 1 year from now, a year and a half from now, none of this I won't even be thinking about any of this. Like, it wouldn't matter. Like, whatever it is.
You'll be able to flip that machine. At least for what you bought it for.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Timmy, no, way more. Timmy, come on over, bud. I am ready to teach you about buying my machines, Timmy. It's going to be great.
Sounds like you just want to bend him over. What do you?
Hey, Timmy, come on over, bud. Hey, we've been enjoying this bear run for 2 years, Timmy. Your turn, bud.
Right.
You like popsicles?
Yeah. You know what? We were all there once. I mean, I remember paying $2,000 for 3090 in the bull run. It's gross. It hurt, but it was like, we did it. We all did it.
No,
All guilty of it.
never did it.
Max, you know,
Only
Best
bought
Buy
retail.
credit
I
still,
never
you still pay
bought
that much for
discount.
it, even though it doesn't hurt as much every month. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, Max, you always did look for the deals, so whatever. I get you.
One thing about Kaspa, right? The smart contract thing, awesome. I hope so, right?
Mhm.
But I know it's boring, but eventually we want to get to the point where you can use these cryptocurrencies like at a Walmart, right? And you need something like a Kaspa. I mean, I don't know if we absolutely have to have the smart contracts. I would love it. But at the end of the day, adoption, like actually using crypto, like I don't really know too many people that use crypto on a normal basis to buy water or, you know what I mean? Whenever we get to that point, and I'm not talking about using your Coinbase card, right? I'm talking about like really using crypto, scanning your QR code, whatever it is. It's not super exciting, but Kaspa could potentially, what is it? What did I miss?
Deals.
Everybody's laughing at something.
I was laughing at what Pocket Change just said, and I got to tell Sunflower Mama what she said.
Oh, well, eventually a coin, and I hope it's Kaspa. I don't know if it'll be Kaspa, but eventually something's got, because it's not Bitcoin, right? It's definitely not Bitcoin that we're going to be using everywhere. By no means. So it could be Kaspa.
Yeah.
You never know. We need something that you could just use on a normal basis.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think you're
crypto is going to be used on a normal basis on the back end. Crypto is going to be used on the server side. You know, you're going to take your card and swipe it, and it's going to be blockchain that makes that transaction. You're not even going to know about it, and that's when mass adoption is going to happen. It may not be that I'm paying in Kaspa, but it may be Kaspa that's making that transaction for Visa or, you know, MasterCard or something like that in the background. Is how I look at it. That's what I think.
That's pretty smart.
So it needs
Yeah.
like that. Again, it's that mass adoption, but it needs the, you know, the large companies, the credit card processing, the banks, the something that's gonna use that crypto on a transactional day-to-day basis. And it ain't gonna be this year. It ain't gonna be in the next bull run. I don't think. I think it'll.
Maybe it'll be
I think it's
Solana.
still a ways off.
Yeah, Solana's integration's going. It's what was it? It was with Visa, right? If I'm not mistaken, Solana.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
And now Render's working.
I think it is.
I think it's working. I think Render's now working on Solana. I saw some kind of collab there. With
Oh,
Render.
really?
Yeah, I saw
Really?
something. I need to
Ooh.
look into it more, but I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Solana, actually, that's another one to talk about. That I mean, that's ranked number 7 right now. Like this thing a month ago was literally like $20, $19, or maybe it was a month and a half ago or so. Now it's $54 now. It's crazy. I can't believe how much it's pumped in the past couple days or couple weeks. Let's see. Let's go to 14 days. Like, look at this. 14 days, $30 14 days ago ish, right? Now it's up over 55 or around 55. It's crazy. So actually, let's go
I
to
missed
30-day
it.
chart.
I missed that pump by 0.5%.
Man, like I said this in October, I was like, man, that's a good price for Solana. I should buy some. And literally, like ever since, it's just up. Like, and I'm like, why didn't I just listen to myself? And that's, you know, that would have been smart. But some people in the VIP got into it. So I mean, congrats to you guys. That's freaking awesome. But yeah, damn, I missed the train on that one. It was crazy. But at least I grabbed Kaspa. I'm happy for that. I'm hoping that it, you know, continues to push. But I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with where it's at now. I think I got it at like 4 cents or so. So it's like worth it,
Good.
you know?
Yeah, that's really good. Good on you, man.
For sure. For
You
sure.
can't get that in stocks. You're not gonna get.
No,
No, you're up
yeah,
over 100%.
Yeah,
in a week.
it is crazy. You can't get that anywhere.
Do you
to be
have
honest,
the
that fast.
do you have the link to Panda's POW watch list thing for the CoinMarketCap?
I do
I can send it to
somewhere.
you. But anyway, I was so that's all the, you know, GP or all the mineable coins, right? I just did a sort by 24 hours. Guess what has
Put it in. Do you have it? Oh,
I do,
there we
yeah.
go. Never mind. Hold on. Oh shit. Over the face. All right. I got a dark mode. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Sort by 24 hours.
Mm,
Yep.
Holy
54%.
shit, Kyla coin?
Almost 55%. Kyla coin, yeah. In the
Wow.
last day. That's wild.
Oh,
What?
nice.
This is that coin that is only like what, 22,000 or something coins circulating
And
supply.
I think they're already
3,000.
mined already. If I'm not
No.
mistaken.
Oh, here it is, 21,000. No, they have circulating supply as of right now is 3,629. So like the
Wow.
block rewards
That's
like
really low, yeah.
0.0005 or 005. I don't know. It's around there. But I remember it being super low. Crazy. Veal grins
Grand.
up. Jeez. Ergo. Or I haven't heard much about Ergo in a while. What the hell's going on with
Yeah.
Ergo? You guys heard anything about Ergo? Any
Mm-mm.
news with it? No?
They are doing a lot. I stopped paying attention to it, but they're definitely working on it for sure.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
What about
Look up
Veriscoin? I know
more.
Veriscoin had a big
Wow,
pump.
10% in the last hour.
Yeah.
Veriscoin,
good.
yeah. No shit. What the hell's going on with that? It's almost $1 again. Wow. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, hit the
Mr. Retro Mike in
24-hour
the
again.
chat. Probably a whale when it comes to Veriscoin.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Ergo
Now look
is
at
a
the
scam.
reverse. Look at the reverse of that. Jump the 24 hours, hit 24 hours again, and see what's the very bottom.
Did it again? What's the...
Yep.
Pigeon. Whoa.
Down 83%.
You did
Sorry,
that on
Mike.
purpose, you bastard.
I would
You
never
knew.
do that to Retro Mike.
Retro Mike, you poor soul.
He
I
probably sold it all.
apologize.
That's what happened. Is he sold it all yesterday?
Yeah, he dumped the whole market just then.
But hey, look,
Nexa,
it's
what
up
the hell?
13% in the last hour.
Yeah. What's up
yeah.
with Nexa? What oh, and Chlor actually took a hit too, huh? 24
Whoa,
hours
whoa,
down
put some respect on
17%.
Chlor. Look at the 7-day there. That's 70% still.
Yeah, that's still
right.
pretty good. Yeah, for sure.
Respect on it.
Let's put some respect on Chlor AI out there. All right?
Yeah, for sure. So what's going on with Nexa? I know Nexa's been like kind of. I haven't really heard much about it, to be honest.
Mm-mm.
They're,
You guys
they're
know anything
building.
about Nexa?
Oh.
Mind a little bit of it this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did
Let's
you keep it?
What'd you
Or did
say?
you trade it out? I
Oh,
said, did you keep it, Max, when you
Yes, I did.
mine next time? Okay.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, I mined it this week, which means it's not even probably close to being paid for yet. I mean, as far as it paying out, because it's got that long lead time. Unless you go to one, there's one pool that you can go to where you get paid out a lot sooner.
Hmm.
I think that's Luck Miners or something like that. But yeah,
what the hell's going on here?
Oh,
Computer's
you broke
making
it.
noises. If anything happens to the stream, let me know.
So far.
Neoxa down 6.16% today. No, it's not a 7-day actually.
For the
It's
week.
down 0.83 today. Man, Neoxa, Neoxa's done really well actually the past like couple months as well. Since those master nodes came out. Kaspa still up 45% on the 7-day. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean everything's
Where's that Meow
looking.
coin?
What'd you say?
So where's that Meow coin?
Oh, that's up here somewhere. Where is it? Mining KiiNG's favorite, right here. Down 27.17% on the 7-day, and almost 5% on the 24-hour.
man, look at that
24-hour
volume.
trading
that
volume
market
of
cap.
$131.
Right?
Is that market cap
$131.
accurate?
Wow.
There's no way their market cap is only $209,000.
Killing it.
Yeah,
Killing
of course
it.
it is.
Oh my god. Damn.
Couldn't you?
Nobody likes the kitties.
Wow. That was bigger.
That's crazy. Is anybody still mining that Meow coin? I assume not. I don't even know why that was a thing, to be honest.
It was
Still blows
new.
my mind.
It was different.
Let's see. Too many tabs open, chump. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting crazy. I got like 7.
No such thing.
Max.
Yeah,
An
what do you have,
encyclopedia.
like 7 or 8 tabs open? Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're a mess. Anyways, this all right. Well, let's see. What do you guys got in the chat? Let's see what this poll is looking like. All right, with Kaspa, which would you say is most profitable? I had a poll up. Buy the coin, 54% of you said that, or buy the ASIC, 46% of you. We have 92 votes. You guys are awesome. Thanks for voting. That's yeah, just buy the coin. One. Kind of neat. I don't know.
I
just thought it was
can't
a fun little
recommend
thing.
buying a coin when its
Right.
chart is like this. Like
Is that
it went,
financial
right,
advice?
right.
it went from
So,
here to
yeah.
like literally a rocket ship. Not
Is that
saying
fin-
it can't go up,
That
but like
financial advice?
That is financial advice. You don't buy things when they're up,
Yeah,
like
you're
literally
DJ
a rocket.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. So like it's more or less like if you don't time it right, you can get burnt real hard when you're buying coins, right? Especially on a giant rise like that. That's kind of why like I've been contemplating on selling a bit of it, but at the same time I want to hold it just to see what happens with it. But yeah, I would probably, have a solid cutoff if it's getting close to where I bought in at. I'll just jump back out and like be even money. You know what I mean? Not gonna lose much, but it's I don't know. That's just kind of gonna be my point of attack with it. All right, let's see. So, any other mining news? What do you guys got? What are you guys mining other than Kaspa, or some of you is mining Kaspa and Nexa?
I moved all my stuff back to Radiant.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Radiant had a nice pump the other day, right?
Yeah, it did, and it's profitable again. And that and Dynex seem to be the most. But I'm kind of waiting things out a little bit with Dynex. I know for whatever reason, 1.0 miner did not get along with my 1660 Ti's. So, we'll just move it over to Radiant. It's about the same profitability.
We'll get into that mining talk in a bit with SRB miner. But Geek of all trades, what have you been mining
Just gonna
lately?
ask that, actually.
Whatever's heat in the house. I'm not mining anything other than I got a couple of mini miners around the house. I got 2 Cadena miners up, a KD Pro and a KD2. I got a mini Doge 2 and a mini Doge 1, anyway, just a bunch of little box miners around, some CKB. All my good GPUs. I'm solo mining Doge, yeah.
With all the box miners? How many do you have?
With all the box. I have 2 box miners and then the little plug. And
that's right,
router
plug.
Yeah, the little 3 watt. I think it's got 2 ASIC chips in it, 2 or 3.
That's pretty sweet.
It's just a little L3 chips in it. I'm like,
imagine if that thing hits a block, 10,000 Doge on this little 3 watts.
I hope so. Panda was saying he mined with an L3 like almost an entire cycle, and it didn't do anything. And that was years ago, and before the hash rate took off.
Oh no, really? That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's absolutely terrible.
I'm just maybe I have better luck than him.
DJ, has your attitude towards Radiant since we spoke on that live stream changed at all?
No,
not
at all. But Radiant to the moon, because I own 245 million of it, baby. Let's go.
245 million Radiant.
Yeah, it only costs $1,000. Yeah.
Retro Mike in the chat, real quick. Shout out to him. $1.99 super chat. He said, new optimized Radiant FPGA bitstream releasing Monday. I wonder if that would be positive. That should be positive for it, right?
Not if you're a GPU miner.
Yeah. I'm just saying the coin
definitely
in general.
not if you're a GPU.
Is it now, Retro Mike? Is that for a private company, or is that like released for everybody to use? I assume everybody.
It's a bit stream, so if it's meant to be loaded onto FPGA, so
but if it's a private bit stream, we can't get it. That's kind of why I'm asking. Because if it's a private bit stream, like companies can hire other companies to make bit streams for them individually, and then
it's public. He said,
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, we probably wouldn't know about it if it wasn't public.
If it was,
that's what I was
Retro
wondering.
Mike probably has it for like 3 weeks now. He's probably already.
Retro Mike would know. He would know if it was not public or if it was. Trust me, he knows the ins and outs of everything. It's crazy. Dogecoin actually had a pump as well. I mean, that was over 8 cents, I believe, this morning. Now it's up a little over 7.5. So not too bad. Let's see.
I stand corrected. The Nexa that I bought got me 250 million. Radiant for $1,000 got me 639,000. Excuse me. Stand corrected.
I was gonna say, I'm a Nexa millionaire.
Yeah, me too. I mined it for one day on 230.90s. I don't know where the wallet is. I gotta find it, but I got it somewhere. It's a million Nexa. Real quick, Made Channel said, why Dynex until now is anonymous. So our man Yeti actually did go over there and meet with the developers and the team, just the Dynex team in general. I guess they're a public company over there, and they don't want to release certain things. Like they're not gonna. I mean, it's basically the same situation I was in. I had a plumbing company, and I didn't want to mix things up with YouTube. I didn't want people to like see me working in their house and then like, I'm on YouTube. So I just stayed anonymous until the point of me shutting down the business where I could just do this and focus on this and not have to worry about that stuff. So, I mean, I get it. Everybody's got their own reasons to be anonymous. It's, clearly if they're a actual company over there and they have things to lose, it makes sense, Let's see. Show off. Throw out that you mined on 23090s. Well, get them on. And like Pocket Change said, well, the 3090s are at work right now streaming to you guys. So that's what I use those for. I don't typically mine with them. I just tried it for a day and that was it. Let's see. Cedric doesn't like Dynex. Wow. Okay. Interesting. But you know what? Oh, we'll get into that in a little bit, but I don't know. The word scam is thrown around a lot. And I mean, rightfully so. It's crypto. I get it, but it's
Right.
Everybody calls everything a scam.
it's ridiculous. Right. It gets to a point where
It
it's
doesn't matter
like,
what
all
it
right,
is.
Enough's enough.
Like,
Enough's enough. It's I don't know. Unless we have clear proof, can't really say something's a scam,
I'm still mining. Thank you, chump.
Wow.
You what?
I'm still mining.
Yes, awesome. Are you you mining Chlor AI still? as well?
Sure am. Oh yes,
Nice.
absolutely. Only
I saw
just one
your-
rig, 6600 XT.
That's what I was gonna say. I saw your short on the 6600 XTs, and you were saying that it's not as bad, I guess, to mine Kapow on those cards. It's kind of I wouldn't say more. Well, it is more efficient, right? Because the cars don't get as hot and they run pretty cool in AMD. Is it just like an AMD thing?
Yeah, so like each 6600 XT is using like 50 to 60 watts. That's what it says in the software. It could be a little bit more, but I mean, I think Kapow is great for AMD. NVIDIA, avoid, but AMD, it's awesome. But let me say this: the power GPU mining, okay? Because I still love my GPUs. All right.
Mhm.
That rig I only mined for about a month and a half to 2 months. So 6600 XTs, whole rig, I don't know, 500 watts, 550. Today, that rig is now worth over $1,600. I checked my wallet from a single rig for like a month and a half, 2 months. You know, that's the power of GPU mining. But not all coins are going to work out, obviously, right? Like
Right.
Chlor AI has beyond worked out for me, and so has
taking
Nur
risks.
AI. Yeah, but I mean,
They're all
that's the
risks.
power of getting in GPU mining now. And so if you look at like the day to day, if I would have looked at the day to day for that rig, I would have been like, wow, I'm losing 15 cents a day, right? But if you keep thinking this is what I'm doing today, you're not really seeing the point of mining, right? Mining is like a very long-term
Long-term play, yeah.
thing. Yeah, so
Mhm.
the day to day doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and that even comes into like, the point where I was just asking, like, buy the coin and buy the miner. It's like, what are you in this for? Are you in this for a long-term play? If you're in it for a long-term play and not like a quick flip, then you're probably better off buying the miner because again, it's a long-term play. You're gonna earn more eventually,
Honestly-
hopefully. Go ahead.
Honestly, mining is very similar to dollar cost averaging. You're
Mhm.
constantly accumulating
Very true.
coin by mining at different amounts of hash rate.
Right.
So you may
Yeah.
mine a little bit more coin when it's less profitable, and when it's more profitable, you might mine a little bit less.
Right. B-Lubs in the chat said I made more on Chlor in 2 months than I did than Neoxa in 6 months. Interesting. That's pretty neat.
Funny. I
That's
just
kind of
pulled
that
up
would have been a
my
cool video actually to see comparison like that. Be kind of neat. Let me see. Retro Mike said, let's call the company with a real product a scam with an eye roll emoji. Yes, I agree. You know what? Retro Mike did a video with Dynex. We talked about this a long time ago. He had to put like I don't know. I don't even know what it was. It was like rendering or something along those lines, but it was he ran something through this software and then he ran it through Dynex, and Dynex completed it in like, I don't know, a couple minutes, and this other program couldn't do it in like hours, right? Or was it days? I can't even remember, but it was a very good video and kind of opened my eyes to Dynex. He said it's called the SAT solver. So I don't know. It opened my eyes to Dynex when he did that. And then when my man Yeti went over there, I was like, okay, well, this thing's got to be somewhat legit. So, take that as you will, but it is what it is. I mean, until things come through. Actually, did they put out their what is it, Dynex Solve or something? The whole proof of work platform. Did they bring? They didn't bring that out to life yet, did they?
The marketplace has not launched yet. No.
Right. So
my knowledge.
so the 17th we have a big interview on my channel. We're gonna be doing a live stream. The devs and stuff are coming on. So I want to see what they have going on because I have no idea. Honestly, I'm kind of in the dark. But they're all coming on. I guess it's gonna be a bunch of people from their team because we've only really talked to the hell's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Sumitomo.
Sumi.
Yeah. So we've only really talked to him. So I guess it's gonna be him and a couple of the other devs on the team. Then probably my man Yeti, myself, and they're just kind of run us through everything that's going on. And I'm hoping that it launches somewhat close to that live stream. It'd be pretty neat to at least see.
I have believed in, well, it's what's the word? Not speculative. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I've been believer of Dynex since the beginning. Still had my not regrets. Oh my God. Help me with the word here, Max. Come on. Still had my
reservations.
Not reservations. Thank you, Hawk. Had my reservations though. But lately, dude, I've been just getting like so over Dynex. Like I'm starting to get mad, to be honest with you. Like the fact that first they say, okay, they find the SRB thing, and then they ban them. I'm like, awesome. That's how it should be. Good. Now I just saw something this morning. I think they said they're no longer going to ban them. They're just going to remove what they're doing. Like, I don't want those people associated at all with the project. Like, and another part of me gets kind of annoyed with Dynex right now is the fact that like they can turn on and off who they want. I don't like the centralized control of it. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't feel like they should have the power over that. I feel
that's
like
kind of a neat point. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if there's a bad actor, I don't know if you should be able to cut off these people and say like this part of the world can and these people can't. I don't like it, man. I want you to be able to mine it, do your thing. You know, I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think of it like that. It is Malobless, right? It says high root. They dropped the Malob thing in their mining protocol now, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know? Has anybody mined it since? They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was the last
since,
upgrade.
so I don't know. Okay. All right. So what happened with SRB miner? So like I caught Yeti I caught Panda's live stream where it said don't mind Dynex because he clickbaited all of us, son of a bitch. But he was like, I'm sorry. He's like, I know I clickbaited everybody, but if I wrote don't use SRB miner, like nobody would have clicked on it. So I agree with what he did. It made sense to get people in there, but what actually happened? Like, I guess the guys were skimming hash rate off the top or something. Does anybody here know?
I do. So
Okay.
it's the chips. So whoever it was from SRB miner was manipulating the amount of chips. So like, I'm just making up a fake number. Let's pretend my 3070 has 30 chips. Well, they were multiplying the amount of chips that were actually there, giving you a much higher hash rate. Does that make sense? And then they were stealing some of that money because it's the chips. It's like the selling point for like this neuromorphic thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're virtual chips, right? It's like
That's confusing.
I don't know.
How did that? If they were manipulating the hash rate, how was the card performing to get more? Like, was it actually performing at that higher hash rate when they were manipulating it, or was it just fake?
It's
was
fake. So
was
they
faking
were
it, yeah.
artificially saying like, hey, this guy's, instead of his 3070 getting again 3,000 or 300 chips, he's actually getting 1,500, 2,000.
So was
So now you're getting
Dynex
this-
Dynex was paying more and then they were stealing it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That kind of makes more sense. Okay.
I don't know which piece they were stealing. I don't know if it was all of it, some of it, because the miners are probably super happy. Like, whoa, look at all this money we're suddenly getting. This is the best thing to mine now. You get the whole world on it. 1 in 4 GPUs statistically was on it, right? So everybody's happy. You're not going to complain. You're getting all this money, but now we know why, right?
Gotcha. Mr. High Root says that Mr. Son of a Tech has a video. It's like 10 minutes long explaining it. Interesting. I'll have to check that out later. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's see, guys. That like button. Appreciate you all. 70 likes, 158 people here. You guys are awesome.
Man. You know what sucks about that whole thing? Real quick.
What's up?
SRB miner. They should take a hit from that. Like they should lose a lot of respect from the mining community.
100%.
And I feel like they won't
Yep.
because it's some people just stick with it, or it's another option, or they don't care. But that's really shady practices on what they did.
I can see them losing a lot of Nvidia business, but I mean, they get no. If anybody wants to mine Dynex and you're on AMD, you got no place else to go.
Yeah, that's the only option right now.
That's
Oh,
probably
really?
why
Yeah,
they.
that's a
That's
good
probably why
point.
they did it.
Mhm.
That's effed up. That's really effed up. Let's see. Cedric, real quick, said SRB miner multi. Just find a way to increase your hash rate and then your shares, since both are correlated, and thus you would get more rewards. Gotcha. Go ahead, DJ. What's that?
Really sad because I just got my MI50s and only mined with that, which is basically a Radeon 7, right? So
Okay.
I just got it just for the Dynex rig, and then this shit happens. Yeah, I was like,
RIP. How much were those cards?
oh, dude, 150 shipped, 145 shipped.
Oh, wow. That's not
It was
bad.
nothing. Yeah, and the
Really good.
performance was like not. No, it was 10 kilohash, bro. It was insane. Like my rig was getting
What?
just close to like 80. I mean 800.
Got you. Wow. That's
It was
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
That's really that's wild. I'm trying to think. My A2000s when I was doing Dynex they were getting 2. I remember they were getting 4, and then they got cut back in half to 2. But I haven't mined it in like a couple months, so I don't know what they would be now. I have no idea. Steven Cicero said 4 new AMD miners coming for Dynex soon. 4. Wow. What 4? That's crazy. You guys hear about that?
Yeah.
You did?
Yep.
Interesting.
We just don't know
Okay.
which ones they are.
Oh, okay.
But
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. Listen,
Take it.
it's
yeah.
a good thing. I'm glad that they stopped it, right? I can't blame Dynex fully for this. It sucks that they had to exploit. I mean, they're still young, right? Still learning. I'm
Right.
glad they stopped it. It just, again, the other half of me is like, I'm really sad that they have this power as well to choose. So I don't know. What do you guys think on the power? Or do you like it decentralized, or do you like it where they can do what they want?
No project that's offering a service is ever going to be decentralized. Everybody's got to get their head wrapped over this. Any project that's offering a service is never going to be decentralized. Get this through your thick heads, all 159 of you watching this. It's never going to happen because you're offering a service. You have to have some sort of centralized system. You're offering a service to someone. You're not, excuse me, you're not, just mining Bitcoin and processing transactions. If it's a layer 2, okay, and it's offering a service, it's centralized. I don't want to hear there's nothing, no ifs and buts about it. Get over it. If you want to stay decentralized, don't mine anything with a layer 2. It's just the truth. And that's what it's come to. Nobody wants to accept it. Everybody wants to use the word decentralization and throw it all the way around. The truth is that it's been long gone.
That's a
Might
great
as well
point.
just do proof of stake then. Fuck it.
Well, right,
You're a
exactly
huge
right.
fan of proof of stake then, right?
But
You love it.
a lot of people, a lot of projects, they go proof of work because it's robust. So that's why they use it. It's slower, but it's got a track record of less hiccups than going proof of stake. And this is true. So that's the reason. So
that's why projects like ASICS is because they just run. They churn the network.
That's
they
right.
Churn the blockchain.
Maybe
GPUs
slower, but
yeah, GPUs can jump from what's profitable today or tomorrow or whatever the next shitcoin is. But like ASICs, they do one thing and they do it really well.
Interesting. Cedric says Hawk is wrong. I wonder what he's
whatever.
talking about.
Cedric never agrees with anybody. Next.
That's true. He doesn't agree with
I don't give
anybody.
a shit what he says. Cedric never agrees with nobody. Love you, Cedric. I'm just
it was
playing.
it's a good point. Honestly, the fact that Dynex is a proof of useful work. I mean, I guess that terminology may be a little I guess not correct for what Dynex does, but I don't know. I've heard that, right? People saying it's not correct terminology, but regardless, the fact that you're getting something out of mining, how could that actually be decentralized as a whole? Do you know what I mean?
You can't though. Like it's just not. It doesn't even make any sense.
Makes sense, yeah. I get it.
Like
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott. Let's see. Don't confuse consensus with distributed compute. Distributed compute will need a centralized component to protect customers and their own business model, says Retro Mike Tech. Neat. I'm not sure I fully understand that, but
He's saying that what he's saying is that you still need a centralized place to house everything for distribution. It's never truly decentralized. It's what he just said. He goes, don't confuse consensus with distributed compute.
Again. Yeah.
Distributed compute
right.
will always need a centralized component to protect
100%.
customers in their own business model. So it's like Ethereum, right?
Well, I mean,
Everybody's
it's
like,
no different
oh,
than
Ethereum.
VAST, right? Like you guys, right? There's a centralized, I mean, VAST isn't a coin, but you know what I mean? Like there's a platform you guys all have to get onto, right? And then everything else goes from there. Like that's the hub point though, right? So like Dynex Proof of Useful Work will be, you know, their platform will be that center point where obviously somebody's going to have to control it, right?
I feel like the word
decentralization is going
decentralization
to be the same way. Go ahead.
Well, I feel like the word decentralization is now thrown more of a marketing term than anything else now, because nothing's truly decentralized. So I think the only real truly decentralized project is Bitcoin, maybe Litecoin. You know, I mean, the transactional based cryptos, right? I don't truly believe that for when a layer 2 project comes out, or Dynex or Flux or even anything, right, that's building a layer 2 or, you know, and selling products, and they say, oh, we're decentralized. You're not decentralized. You can't be. It's physically impossible for you to be decentralized. So, you know, I feel like it's more of a marketing term now than anything else, just to get the crypto Timmies, as DJ would call them, in there. I want to support decentralization.
Right.
Yeah,
Love you, Timmy.
Yeah.
Patrick Murphy says less centralized, the question mark. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Probably
Hit it
better
right
point.
on the head there. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, speaking of centralization, right? Getting on to this Ethereum ETF news. You guys hear about this? I guess BlackRock filed for their Ethereum spot ETF. They're not the first ones though, if I'm not mistaken, right? Wasn't somebody else, or didn't they already have talks about this whole spot Ethereum ETF? And now because BlackRock filed for it, it's like this huge thing. Am I wrong? You guys heard about this a couple months ago, right? Or a month or so ago?
I didn't hear about it a month or so. I've heard about rumors. This is the first time I saw like a stock ticker.
I wonder if
Personally,
it was just rumors. Because I did hear about it like a month or two ago. And I swear I thought there was already some sort of applications in for it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Let me know if you guys know about that in the chat.
I gotta say though, I'm loving it because I bought Ethereum Classic right like the day before it started going crazy. So the better Ethereum does, the better ETC has been doing. So let's go Ethereum, baby. So that way my ETC goes up, man. It's following it. It's following it.
ETC has a decent chance of going up. I wonder if they're like doing a lot in the background, like, you know, work on their network and stuff. I haven't really heard much about ETC for a while, but their all-time high was what, $160 if I'm not mistaken. And
something crazy. Let me see.
The way I look at it is with Ethereum Classic, when new people, I mean, at least this is how I know, like, this is what I did, right? Personally, when I first got into crypto, total noob, had no idea anything about cryptocurrency. All I know is I looked at what coins I could buy on Coinbase. Okay, Ethereum Classic right now is under $20, and let's see real quick, all-time high, and then I'll continue my thing. Yeah, $167. This is according to CoinGecko. They're a little off usually, but whatever, close enough. So what I was saying was when I went to Coinbase and made my first account, I remember looking at Bitcoin. That's when I saw Bitcoin at $3,500, which obviously we're kicking ourselves in the ass for not buying some, but I saw that. I saw Ethereum. I saw Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic was like $4 or something. And I just remember seeing all these coins. I'm like, why is this one $3,500? Why is this one like, you know, $400 like Ethereum, or $300, whatever it was? And yeah, ETC was, I think it was, well, Litecoin was like under $20. I think it was 15. And then ETC was like $4, right? And I remember buying ETC and Litecoin because it was just cheap. It was easy to buy, right? With this ETF Ethereum news, I feel like people aren't going to understand the difference, like new people coming in between the two Ethereums. They're just going to see the Ethereum name and jump on it. I mean, at least that's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that. I mean, do you guys, you what?
I don't think so.
No? You don't think so?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so, because Ethereum ETH is way more heavily marketed than ETC, right? So it's always going to be ETH on the forefront and ETC in the back end. Their logos are different. The one's green and one's gray or black, whatever. And you know, people are going to look at it and they're going to see classic there, and they might differentiate. I don't know. in my opinion, I think that Ethereum is way too much on the front end. I think it's going to push ETC back. We haven't even seen much from ETC. Speaking of which, what's going on with this project? They got a $10 million check from Bitmain. What's going on? Has anybody heard
Broski
anything?
says ETC's lurking in the shadows. Yeah, I mean, very possible. It's I don't know. I think ETC will do well, but like I said, the average Joe looking at it, just seeing the name Ethereum in there, might pump the price itself. Like it's just, I don't know. That's what I feel personally. I don't think a lot of people are going to understand the differences. And I mean, wasn't ETC the original Ethereum?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No,
So I
you're
mean,
right.
that's
Well,
I always think it's going to do well.
I think
or
it was the
decent,
original
right?
idea. I think it came out after Ethereum, though, right?
No,
ETC
there was a
came
I
out
think it was
first?
the original, yeah.
Yeah,
And the
ETC 's the
Ethereum
original.
took over.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought it came out
Hence the
after.
classic.
Ethereum forked. Ethereum
Well,
forked.
it was. I think it was named. It was named Ethereum, wasn't it? And then they had the fork, and
Yeah.
it continued as Ethereum Classic with Code is Law, and then Ethereum, the name Ethereum, traveled with the ETH project.
Yeah, because they wanted to go proof of stake.
Ooh, Retro
Yep.
Mike just said in the chat. So this is kind of what I was just saying, right? The last bull run, people thought ETC. Oh, sorry, people bought ETC thinking it was Ethereum, pumped it past $100, and then immediately retraced when people realized he's not wrong. But that's literally what I feel like is gonna happen. I feel like money's gonna rush in because people are stupid and they just go right after it. Like they'll just buy it and then realize, oh shit. Like how many times do you bought something and be like, oh damn it, I didn't mean to buy that. Like you buy the wrong thing on Amazon.
I have
like,
done
shit.
that.
And then you just returned immediately and then whatever. Like crypto, you know what I mean? Like people are gonna be like, oh, like shit, I just bought the wrong one. But like most people with crypto, they're more nervous to just like return it versus the normal like everyday thing. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of the way I look at it, but I don't know. Let's see. ETH had a rollback. ETC does not, said Mr. Retro Mike.
Yeah, there was a hack, wasn't there? There was a hack, and some ETH went missing, and they ended
I don't
up
know.
rolling it back to before the hack and giving people their ETH back or something like that.
Mark Coastal Crypto said ETC is the OG ETH algo. ETH is POS 2.0 and garbage now that it took. He said algos are completely different after the fork and obviously now, yeah, makes sense. Yep. ETC is still mineable. Obviously, we know Ethereum is not. But I mean, overall, I think the bullish news I think the Ethereum spot ETF is going to be bullish news overall for the industry. Like, what do you guys think about these whole ETFs? I know we talked about this, time and time again, but do you think it's going to be overall bullish, Max, with crypto just in general, or do you think it's not?
I mean, I think it is. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see another downturn, but yeah, I definitely think it's going to be bullish.
When you say downturn, what do you mean? Like just price drop?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. What about you, Goat?
I think it'll be good as more people getting into it, awareness kind of thing.
Right.
I mean,
Mainstream media type deal.
yeah, more news about it. I mean, what's the saying? No publicity is bad publicity. I think the same kind of
There's
thing.
no
here.
such thing as bad publicity, right?
There you go.
That's
yeah,
true.
Same kind of thing. It's just like
Right.
the more you talk about it, the more awareness that goes, the more people are going to FOMO in, and it's just going to go up and up, and kind of snowball from there. I
Right.
think that if you're going to buy crypto, just buy the fucking crypto. I don't like I'm going to buy this because it
Right.
has exposure to it kind of thing. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, so it's like there's two sides to every coin, right? So we're gonna get some sort of exposure when it comes to these ETFs, but the exposure is gonna be come buy this, come buy Ethereum, come buy Bitcoin with us. And realistically, what's happening in the background is these big guys are buying the Bitcoin, buying the Ethereum, and they're holding it in their wallets. And you're getting this little sliver piece of paper saying that, it's basically an IOU. You ever see Dumb and Dumber when he opens the suitcase? It's a bunch of IOUs. That's what you got in your wallet. That's what's happening, right? It's not really the crypto. So at the end of the day, to me, it's just another step to control shit. But at the same time, it's like a positive kind of way, like in a positive kind of way. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's a weird situation all around.
So with an ETF, do you buy it like stocks? Like I'm going to buy one stock of Tesla at $200, round numbers, I'm going to buy one stock of this ETF at $50, whatever it is, right? That's kind of how that goes?
I believe that's how that goes. So like you'll be able to more or less, you know how like you have 401k or your financial advisor will go and, you know, they'll put money into certain stocks and shares and shit. Like you'll be able to put money into these ETFs now through your financial advisor, right? Basically the same way they do in the stock market. So I've never done anything with ETFs, so I don't personally know, but that's what I'm gathering from the whole situation. If anybody knows the chat, please throw it in there and let us know.
I would think it would be just as easy to buy, you know, Bitcoin or Ethereum directly with some of these super easy, you know, idiot-proof exchanges like the Coinbase, the Binance, you know, that. Good point. You know, it's not your wallet, right? But you're still holding it in the Coinbase wallet, but it's your account. Something happens, you got a, you know, support number you can call and say, hey, Coinbase, I got drunk and fucked up here, you know, versus like, I don't know. I don't know.
Check your,
I don't see the point in an ETF.
Check your Coinbases too. Coinbase did have a breach recently, and I saw that somebody tried to withdraw $150 in USDT out of my account. So make sure you guys check your Coinbases. Make sure you change your passwords. Make sure your 2FA works and all that stuff. My 2FA actually blocked it. So
you say you have $150,000 USDT in your account.
I said $150, sir.
Oh, I thought you said $150,000. I was like, what? Never mind. All right. Anyways, yeah. So it's God, I don't even remember where the hell I was going with that.
150 grand, man. Now we getting some. What are we buying? Some KS3s?
Yeah, no shit. I was like, God damn, what are you doing?
I might buy the property right next to DJ. And
no shit. That's crazy.
I don't know. 150 grand.
I mean, it could be. Oh, that's what I was saying. The whole Coinbase thing, purchasing Bitcoin, you know, on Coinbase and leaving it there, right in there. I mean, it's not really your wallet, but it's your account. It's pretty much what you're doing, BlackRock. You know, somebody else holding your shit. But I guess it would be backed to some extent, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, is an ETF backed by the government? Like, how does that work?
Well, your bank up until because that happened in California. What was that bank?
Silicon SVB.
Yeah, like they could only get insured to like 250,000. It happened like 8 months ago.
All bank accounts
are like that. Yeah,
it happened like 8 months ago where they lost. Yeah. They went out of business in Cali.
Yeah, there was a Silicon Valley bank went down.
Like a startup.
I don't remember the name of it.
Dollars in there didn't get their money back because they were all over the 250.
You know, I'm really surprised that this is not in the news a lot, and this does affect our market somewhat. Is a lot. We've had over like 60 banks that have failed, and like in the last 8-9 months, and nobody wants to talk about it. It's not on the. You would think like this would be like top news story in the financial world. Nobody's talking about it. Like
they're getting not on the news.
Well, I'm just saying, but I'm just like, this is huge in the financial world. People should really be concerned when, you know, 60 banks just fail out of nowhere. Like, I mean, whatever their reasons were. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, you know, it's concerning, you know.
So Ted brings up a point that says older people won't touch real crypto, but ETFs are secured and backed, so they will invest into them. So what is it secured with, and what is it backed by if the value is volatile and goes up and down?
It's back. It's God. I know the answer.
It's insured so like I use E-Trade, right? E-Trade's top 1, top 2 best in the world. Like it's either TD Ameritrade or E-Trade, right? That's where big boys go.
Hang on. TD Ameritrade doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, what's it called? Fidelity or something?
Charles Schwab.
Okay.
There's another bank that failed.
I didn't know that.
The point, right?
Part of the bank.
The big dogs use that, and they're not using Robinhood. They're not using, you know, crypto.com. They're not using these little like phone apps and shit. Like they're using the big stuff. So when they can get some exposure in their same account, they're like, a Bitcoin, huh? What's up? A Bitcoin? Okay, I heard about that. And then, you know what? I'll buy the little ETF, right? And like Chump said earlier, maybe they'll start throwing that in some 401ks, just like 5% or 3% of the portfolio. Like I think it'll certainly become more mainstream, but these guys are not, look, they're not going to go get a Tangem, right? These guys are freaking rich. They're not going to go, they don't give a shit about not your keys, not your crypto. They're not trying to hear any of that crap. They don't got time for that. So I think
he is right.
It's very bullish for the price. Definitely.
Yeah. I agree. It is bullish for the price for sure, but I personally just don't see the I think, and that's because, we're into crypto. We understand, the ins and outs and the we're close enough to it. We get it. But
Amplifier
yeah,
Gaming,
I get what you're saying. It makes sense.
Amplifier Gaming says, what is it backed by though? If it's a spot ETF for whatever it is, it's backed by what it says it is. So they like right now, BlackRock is gaining Bitcoin by the day because they know that they're going to get approved for their ETF and they'll be ready to go as soon as they are. Same thing with Ethereum. They'll start whoever's, whether it's BlackRock or anybody, they're all gaining it. That's why it's going up now. They're in preparation. That's why it's buy on rumor, sell on news, because by the time this goes through, everybody will have accumulated what they needed to accumulate. People will start buying the ETF and probably won't affect the actual cost or price of the crypto that is in it.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Nate G
a lot of that-
and Mark from Coastal Crypto said it perfectly. He said it's for a different customer. And Mark said, well, he's quoting, he's like, well, my fund guy said we should allow 10% in this Bitcoin stock thingy. He's right, though. That's how that generation is going to look at it. Like, that's completely right. That's how exactly Mark hit that on the head. That's exactly the conversation that they're having with their guys. Exactly.
That's funny as hell. I mean, it's
real quick. I'm sorry, Max. These like BlackRock and these companies that are buying to support their ETF, they're not buying these on the exchanges. They're buying these OTC. So that wouldn't be affecting the market price right now, right? That wouldn't be why we're getting rallies. I mean, we're probably getting rallies because the Timmies are buying in because of the news.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how exactly that would work either, but they can't buy it, and they have to buy it. They have to obtain it. One way or the other.
Yeah,
well,
but they don't have
that's
to,
why
they
they're
don't have to
investing
buy
in
it on. Go ahead.
They're investing in the mining facilities, right? Like that's the reason they're starting to do that, because they want to get there. They want to make their own Bitcoin. They don't want to have to deal with buying it from Joe Schmo down the street. You know what I mean?
They want the virgin Bitcoin because they don't want it to be tracked.
Well,
a lot of shit went wrong with that whole Tornado Cash thing. A lot of shit went wrong there, and a lot of these companies don't want any money or anything that could be tracked back to that or anything because they have big time money coming in. They don't want investigations by the SEC. They realized that they can essentially print fresh money, clean money with these mining facilities, and this is what they're doing, and they're gonna do it. And believe you me, they will put billions into Bitcoin mining, billions into
100%.
it.
Yeah, they've already put in, I think it was 490 million into
450, whatever. Yeah,
that's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
these guys are going to invest
for mining.
I'm telling you,
out of the top
500 billion easy next 3 to 4 years. In mining facilities. Forget your energy crisis, all that BS is going to go right out the window when the big money gets behind it and they need it. Yeah,
you know that there's now four branches of government, right? There's the judicial, the congressional, the executive, and BlackRock. So
but that's the thing. Anytime big money gets involved in something, all of a sudden the narrative and all the BS just goes away, and nobody hears about anything. And then energy prices will start to fall, and everybody, because it's now advantageous for them to do so. And this is what we're going to see from this. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
I think it's definitely going to be interesting. That's for say at least. Go ahead, DJ.
I think what Max was saying is right on, right? So like originally, from what I think it was 1975, we got off the gold standard. So believe it or not, for the younger people, money used to be worth what you had in gold, right? So it's backed by something. So they have to, because this is a spot ETF, right? This isn't like OTC over the counter stuff. They have to have that Bitcoin, right? They have to.
Yeah, so they have to have it to back it. Yeah, same thing as the gold standard.
They can't scam you in an ETF. No way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you're going to know for sure. I mean, maybe they won't disclose the exact. Maybe they will. I don't know, right? But you'll know.
Have to.
Yeah, you'll know.
Traded, right?
Okay.
So,
but you'll know that it's backed, and you don't have to worry about them stealing your Bitcoin or something. Yeah.
So the more that buy,
good point.
Yeah, as soon as it's allowed to be released, they will basically take and probably round it to a certain amount. They're not going to take probably everything, but they'll take what they have, put it in a spot ETF, and start offering it. They'll be all ready to go. And then they'll keep accumulating, which means they'll just do another spot ETF. It'll be like, BTC1, BTC2. That doesn't mean that they have to only do one ETF of a type. They can do additional ones.
Okay. I thought it was like an ongoing, like this is the ETF. So they can have like an ETF of 100 Bitcoin and then another one that's 1,000 Bitcoin. And like you can buy in a share of the 1,000 Bitcoin or whatever for that, that spot ETF. I got you. I thought it was like, this is an ETF and it's just going to forever grow. And this is like what you buy into.
Now, here's the thing. Just wait. This is what we're going to eventually have is we'll actually not even just do ETFs. We'll go to straight mutual funds. And there will be, in the next few years, there'll be a crypto index, like a S&P 500, but for crypto instead. And then we're going to have, like NASDAQ has its QQQ, crypto's going to have its own. It will become more like everybody will be like, oh yeah, I got crypto. I'm invested in the S&P 500 of crypto, type of thing.
How weird is that gonna be? You know how many people I like just randomly will talk to, like, you know what Bitcoin is? And like I honestly don't think there's been one person that I've asked that to that has said yes. That's like just been random.
But
yeah, I think it's always been no. Like every time.
When you ask somebody, have you heard about it? They say yes.
Yeah.
No. But like, so most of the
I don't
people
know
that
where
I know,
you live.
it's always a no every time. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, look it up. Like, that's all I got to say is look it up. Like Geek of all trades, you were talking about this on the plane, right? You're talking to that lady next to you.
I was explaining Bitcoin to the lady sitting next to me on the plane flying from Chicago to DC. And it's funny because I'm like sitting there having the conversation and I see these two guys over in the next aisle that are like peeking over and kind of, like trying to, like, I know what the fuck he's talking about.
Like, that's the Geek of all trades.
He's got that Bitcoin thing, And there was somebody that was like a couple of rows up that kept looking back at us when we were talking about it and stuff. And like every time I'd bring up like mining. Oh, what is mining? Oh, mining is doing this, that, and the other. And they'd be like, what? So it's like it's kind of cool to see all these people that are they know they've heard of it or they know about it, and they're like, yeah, I know what that is.
But you're right. There probably are a lot of people that don't. No, and there's a game called This or That my wife just bought, the figure we play around like Thanksgiving or Christmas, and this came up. If it'll read it. There we it says you have a choice. You find $1 million in cryptocurrency or you find $1 million worth of rare stamps. Are you kidding me? Like there's even a choice.
Wow.
Rare stamps.
Jesus. Wow. Rare stamps money in that, of all things.
That's crazy.
I thought they're going to say $1 million cash. Nope.
Yeah, no, it's rare stamps.
Like, what a weird thing.
That's all right. Gosh. Well, I mean, hopefully it's bullish. This whole Ethereum ETF news, but I guess we'll have to see. Only time will tell. I guess let's move on to what we talked about earlier. So we had the Lokotech devs on a live stream this afternoon. If you guys didn't see that, go check it out. I'll pin the video here if you guys are watching this after the fact. But yeah, I don't know. It was pretty neat to have Ben on, and God, was it Christian? Is that his name? Christian.
Yep.
Yes.
He's awesome. I love that guy.
They are both honestly beyond genuine dudes, and I was more than happy to have them on a live stream today and kind of get all the answers out. And Geek of all trades is actually gonna be dropping a video tomorrow where we did another interview with them, kind of on the side, asking a little bit different questions, so you guys can get even more detail on that. So make sure you guys subscribe to him, and you guys will see that tomorrow. But it's I don't know, what did you guys think about it, Max? Like, what was your overall take? And I know you weren't like in DC and you've never really talked to these guys, so what was your, like, being the outsider looking in, like, what was your perspective, I guess?
I mean, the same as yours in the fact they were very genuine, but I went in skeptical and I went in with a separate set of questions that I hadn't heard anybody ask, and I was impressed by their knowledge. They weren't faking it. It was, I asked them specific questions about, okay, great, you're talking about the chip, but that's not the only thing. You got to manufacture the board. You have to test it. You have lead time issues with parts. And every single one of those things I asked him about, they had answers, and good answers.
Every single one.
Things that companies I worked with when I was in the industry that they weren't doing. And we asked them to do because, things like having alternate parts. It's one thing like capacitors, resistors, those are very basic things that some companies just don't even want to vary from at all. But sometimes there's also chips like microprocessors where you can change to a different chip as well. And so they've thought about all these things and made sure that that there weren't going to be any lead time issues. I know now it's not as big of a deal as it once was, but they had already pre-thought out these things. And
Right.
he like, and the other thing about it was I didn't even get a chance to ask some of the questions because he was already a step ahead, either knowing what I was thinking about what I was going to ask, or just talking through the entire process, which is where I was going with my questioning. He brought up a thing about needle testing, which he was talking about a test fixture. Basically you put this board and a whole bunch of needles come down and actually hit points on the board and then test it in 2 or 3 minutes. So
Oh wow, okay.
so that takes time to develop, but they've already been thinking about this. They talked about when the boards were going to be done. I mean, it was very off the cuff, and here's what it was, and it was consistent, very consistent.
Right.
So
And you
I
guys,
was impressed. I was very
that'll
impressed.
be in Geek of All Trades video tomorrow. So I'm telling you guys, like, listen to it and just, I mean, you guys can take it as you will. I don't care either way. We weren't paid to do these interviews. We weren't paid to talk to them. It's straight up like just getting the information out there so you guys can determine what you think about it. I'm so sick of listening to people be like, oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's a rug. But like, you don't even know anything about it. Just hear them out and see what they got to say and then make your decision. I mean, if you don't believe it, then don't fucking buy it. Like, it's simple as that. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. That's the truth. Like, it is what it is. Geek of All Trades, what did you think about it, man? I mean, I know you were obviously in the interview. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been talking to Ben for the better part of a year now, and just like offline, and his stories stayed the same the whole time. I mean, timelines have changed a little bit, but that's
true
to
too,
be
yeah.
expected. But like, it's nothing's like veered off. And I mean, Max, you had a really good thing you said earlier. You're like, my bullshit meter didn't go off. It doesn't. I think at first it really did because of how big of a jump, they're claiming and they're showing that this is going to be. But like, just talking to him, it's like he's a real guy and he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Right.
And I was very surprised at the amount that they were actually sharing with us. Like, I thought they'd be a lot more closed and like keeping their hands to themselves. No, they laid a lot of it out there. They really
Right.
did.
That's what
And
shocked me the
loved
most, I think.
And I loved his response to the whole thing
That's
about
right.
yeah,
Dude,
no,
I
go
laughed
ahead.
so hard.
That was good.
Yeah, go ahead, Chums. You
I
talk
laughed
about it.
so hard. And I was like, so I'm like, a lot of people are asking, like, are you fudging the hash rate in the background? Like, the math doesn't add up with these proof of concept little prototypes they made us. It was like basically what it was a stretched out board. I don't know if Geek of All Trades has it right there, but it's literally just a board with one single chip on it just to prove the concept this whole thing works. And it's like a blown out, stretched out design, not compact or efficient or anything along those lines. So yeah, that's it right there. You can see we had to drill a hole in it to kill it, so we couldn't sell it to Slug. What's the guy's name from here? Willy Wonka that wanted the gobstopper. Slugsworth or something, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
So we couldn't sell it to him outside after we left. We had to kill it. But he was explaining, he's like, listen, if we had to fudge 470 hashes, I think we have more problems or whatever. And it was just the funniest comment that he could have made.
Yeah.
And he like laughed about it. He was like, are people really saying that we're fudging this? He's
Yeah,
like,
like,
there's
he's like,
absolutely no
how-
reason.
Why would I think that much? Why wouldn't I go much higher? I mean,
Yeah,
if I'm
why-
gonna think it, go
That makes
big,
sense,
right?
yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
what?
100%.
And it was so
The
genuine.
few
Like, it was
times
so
that
funny.
we've seen other companies do that, right? They do the cloud mining thing or the redirect and shit. It's always like an extreme number. So that would make sense if you're trying to say, oh yeah, I'm getting 2 gigahash with one chip. Wait till you have 128 of them.
Yeah, right.
That's one thing. But
It's funny.
no, I seriously think this is legit, and I really hope they're going to reach the numbers that they're claiming.
Me too.
I'd say
It's
shout
pretty
out
crazy.
to them. Shout out to Christian and Ben, man, because I was listening to you guys. I was walking my dog the whole time.
Yep.
And every question, it was just attack. It was like nothing
Right.
nice. It was nothing
Yeah.
positive. It wasn't
Right.
like, oh, you guys are doing good. It was just like, why are you faking this? Why did you choose $2,000? Why
Right.
did you? And it was like
I started off heavy right at the beginning, and I was like, "Shit, I probably should have asked them like their background first." And I was like,
yeah,
it
I
ended up being
wondered
like
they
the
were
fourth, fifth
prepared for
question.
that. It was just like, damn,
like,
nobody
boom.
was
Yeah.
being positive
Well,
or nice. Yeah.
You know what? The reason I did it like that was because of all the hate that they're getting. I want people to know that, like, I ain't working for these people. I don't care if you guys like this or not. Like, let's just get the facts out right away, and that's it. Like, I just want to start it right out, blazing. That's how we did it. So, I mean, I think they handled it extremely well, which was awesome. And for those of you guys that don't know, this is Lokotech. Their website's lokotech.com. Again, I will never recommend you guys to pre-order anything. They do have pre-orders available, but I don't care if it's Bitmain. I don't care if it's Lokotech, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't recommend pre-ordering anything. Wait until whatever it is comes out and then do it. You know, same thing with Ice River. We're all skeptical about that. And you know what? Some people made out on it because they did pre-order, and you know what? Shame on us for not believing in it or taking the chance. But I mean, it's one of those things. I really honestly wouldn't risk my own money, so I'm not going to tell you guys to risk yours. But seeing 1.99 gigahash unit for 145 watts, that's literally smaller than a friggin' GPU with no fans on it. It's just, man, this thing's gonna be crazy. And he was like, you know what? He's like, the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that people look at this and they're like, oh, but still, like, it's not as much hash rate as the L7. So they ended up, let me open up this pre-order. If you go down to this, right? The S110, this is a 10 stack of hash blades, right? It's basically just 10 of those hash blades in a server case. He's like, but as soon as I put 10 of them together and show that it does almost 20 gigahashes and it's at 1750 for wattage, people are like, oh my God, this thing will freaking kill it. And it's like, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Because like, as soon as I hear it like this, though, it's like, damn, that's freaking
the price
sweet.
Though. The price on that thing is
the price is freaking
That's be
insane,
20.
right?
Yeah,
The
that's
price
gonna be
is
like
insane.
20 grand, man. At
Right.
those prices.
Yeah, it's 20 grand, right? Yep.
How much was the L7 when it came out? How much did you pay for your L7, Hawk?
24,000.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah,
the
but that
thing,
was
right?
bull
So
run.
that's-
The whole timeout. That was
Right.
bull
Yeah,
run numbers.
no,
man.
you're right.
Right.
You're right. Yeah,
So-
but their prices aren't going to change, right?
Right.
Well,
so,
I mean, but
again,
that's from a marketing perspective, and I like Ben from Lokotech. I've talked to him too. But from a marketing perspective, just saying, hey, our prices are never going to change through and throughout. It's in bear markets. I don't think that's going to help them very much. I don't think it's going to help them. I think it's going to hurt you.
And to be fair, what he said was his price wasn't going to change for this batch. You know, you
Okay,
paid $2
well, that's
grand
fair.
per
Fair
card
enough.
for
Fair
the-
enough.
for
I
the-
didn't see your interview,
No,
by the way.
you
I've been
The other
bedridden for
thing-
2 days. So
The other thing
Unacceptable.
we talked about it and because somebody specifically said, you know, hey, why are your prices so high? And I basically asked the general question, like, how did you decide on the pricing? And basically what they said was it was a margin goal.
Yeah.
So it was specifically
I
a
like that.
cost plus model, not a value model. And I asked him, I said, okay, so when price soars, are you going to change that from that model? And he said, no, this is how we're going about it. So that's what he generally said. You can watch the interview to hear that, but that was my interpretation.
And also something to consider. If you look at the price of the $2,000 at the moment, you're like, oh my God, that's crazy. But this product doesn't come out until way after the halving, right? So
Right.
they're talking about the last half of 2024. I mean, it could even be the fall, it could be winter. Who knows? It could even be the spring of 25. And
Right.
L7s at that point, I'm just going to assume are going to be a lot more than they are right now. So then in the future, you might be like, oh shit, right now, $2,000 is expensive, but what's it going to be making like in the future? It might seem cheap. I don't know. It's hard to say, right?
Well, that goes back to buying the coin versus buying the hardware. You know, you're buying a hardware and you've got this asset that you can mine on the whole time, whether it's bull run, bear run, you know, and then like right now, if you're mining on this thing, you're making, you know, this much per day and it's expected 2-year ROII or whatever. But then in a year and a half, when, you know, bull run's going crazy and you know, you could just turn around and sell your $2,000 card for 10 grand. I don't know.
right.
we'll
And that's,
see. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I was saying today, I was like, you know, the L7 when it first came over in the bull run, right? It was like 27,000. I have a sheet from Musk Miners, and I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy, right? Just thinking about that amount of money for one miner at 9 gigahash and, you know, 3,400 watts or whatever it is. I mean, looking at that thing, it's like, dude, this thing gets, I mean, 10 of these blades, right? And they said that this actually slots for 12, so you could put like a Wi-Fi card or something in this thing as well, which is kind of cool. 1997 gigahashes, right? So almost 20 gigahashes, plus or minus 10%, and then 1750 for wattage. Like 1750 for watts, that is so unbelievably low. It's just mind-blowing. Like, that's crazy to think that, you know, 20 grand will get you that, but
Can you
back
run that
then,
on
you
one
know,
pen?
a year ago, a couple years ago, 27,000 would get you like less than half of that with double the power, you know?
1,700 watts on. Yeah, you can run it on a
You
120.
can run that on 110, right?
Hell yeah, you can.
It would be,
Yeah.
it would be real close though.
Close, but yeah.
I mean, yeah,
You'd be stretching the outlet. If you have
He'll be
arc
all right.
faults, you'll probably be popping the breaker, but
He's gonna be fine.
Be
Don't worry.
close.
Don't worry about it.
I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, chat. Don't do
you'll
it,
be
Timmy.
close. You'll be close. I would not recommend it. I highly wouldn't recommend it.
17,
Pull
but-
2 cards. Pull 2 cards, and then you can put it on 110.
Right, but
One thing-
the
But
other,
still,
we
it's like
did-
look at that hash rate of to power ratio is what I was getting at.
One thing we
Wow.
did clarify is it is a 1 buy. So in other words, it fits into a riser.
Mm-hmm.
it is, and you know what the funny thing is, so like the communication actually isn't even through the 1x slot or whatever. It is actually through the USB-C, if I'm not mistaken, on the top, because the actual the PCIe, like where it goes into the motherboard or whatever, that's literally just a holder, just to hold the thing up. It's gonna have like
Well,
a
no,
USB-C,
So it's
right?
like an
It had a-
FPGA.
It had a 1x slot on the rest of the 1x can be broken off, or the rest of the
Right.
X16
Oh,
can
is
be
that what
broken.
he was
Yeah,
saying?
no, you
So
need
the,
that.
yeah, so the
Yeah.
1x it still communicates through 1x, but it also
Oh,
can
okay.
communicate through
Hold
USB
on, let me see, let me
depending on
show
the
you.
setup. So like
So this,
Immersion?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So I was looking at this yellow. I thought that was just a freaking,
Mm-mm.
just a logo.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
there's your
makes
pin.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Logo's
so you
behind
can
it.
snap off this, the logo. That's
Yeah.
why he was saying my
Yeah.
logo. You could snap that off.
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so the rest of it you
okay.
can snap off if you want to
makes way
retrofit
more
it in,
sense.
something like that.
I was wondering. Okay, that makes way more sense. The other thing that he said was, like in an Octominer, somebody asked, "Can I have half my GPUs in a case and throw, a couple of these in the other side and mine with both of the units, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Like, it's going to be integrated with hopefully NiceHash and Hive OS. They're both going to be getting a demo unit or alpha unit. Is that what he called it?
Alpha
And,
unit, is what they call it.
Yeah. So they can try to get it like integrated with their systems. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Overall, I think it's a freaking neat idea, and I really do hope it works out well. I really do, personally. I mean, DJ, you said you friggin' you liked it. Now, what would you think about purchasing one of these? Or, I mean, I know they seem a bit expensive now, right? Like, what would your reservations be, I guess, from purchasing this?
Only price. That's the only
price,
thing.
yeah.
Only price. But yeah, again, right? In the bear market right now, I'm like, damn, that's super expensive. Maybe
Yeah. Maybe
next
like
bull
half,
run when
I
it
think,
starts
yeah.
getting closer to that date, and maybe the markets will be, I mean, I'm assuming the market's going to be completely different than they are now. Maybe then I'll be like, it's a pretty awesome deal. So at the
Let's-
moment,
let-
it's expensive.
Let's hope
It-
he,
it-
sticks to that, because people say one thing and then they look at the balance sheet where they can make 4 times the money, and then all of a sudden things change. Money will make
Right.
the blind people see. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Well-
Ben's going to do that. Generally
Right.
speaking, let's
Right.
hope he sticks to that what he says, because if he does, that's going to give him a lot of credibility in this industry.
True,
With-
but at the
among
same
people here.
time, he has shareholders to
Yeah.
answer
a lot.
to.
Answer
So
to, yeah.
Right. So
Well, he
that's
said-
another thing too,
Yeah.
though.
And-
What if
and
they
he
want to
didn't
push
make
up
it-
that price?
that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna
exactly.
have to
So
fight with them
let's
about
take
it,
Let's take it easy. Let's see how
Right.
Mr. Ben plays things out.
Right. And
Yeah.
and like he said that this is going to be the cost for this batch, he also didn't go in and say how big this batch is going to be. He gave kind of round numbers, but
Yeah, he said he really
know,
couldn't
they're
because
at,
the
like-
shareholders. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm sure they have that set number. They want to get this much out of the initial, run. But who knows? Batch 1 closes, they open batch 2 and it's $5,000 a piece. I don't know.
Yeah. He said, I mean, overall, what he was basically getting at, he said the price of the market will not push the price of the units, kind of like, Bitcoin miners are. The S19s or whatever, they're, what are they going for now? I don't even know. You get like $1,500
change every
something
day.
stupid.
Every
Just
day
change
every
is a
day,
different
man.
price.
Like,
name a
They
model.
go upwards of 10 grand in the bull run. Like, it's wild, right? Because of the fact that Bitcoin's going up and down. It's so volatile, right? So their goal here, I guess, is to just kind of keep it as flat as they can across the board. It's going to be at this price, but the only catalyst he really said that he could see changing the price of these units is the fact that the chips would cost more to manufacture because they can't control, the price of the materials and all that. And I totally get it, right? So I don't know. I just think it's going to be quite interesting to see what a lot of these look like. And I'm just pumped to get the alpha unit. I want to see what the hell it can do, to be honest. And to check out their software too is going to be open source, right? So he said that other miners can open up on this software. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. What do you guys think about that?
Very
What do
cool.
you think about that, Max?
No, that's cool. I mean, I guess you hit it. And it's like, yeah, the bullshit meter did not go off at all. Every single
Right.
question was like I said, it was consistent. It was off the cuff. Weren't trying to oversell us on anything. When they had they didn't never said that they weren't going to have challenges along the way.
Right.
I don't know. It's very.
Well, he even brought up the challenges they did have with the bulldozer, right? And actually, you know what's funny? I didn't know this. I thought, and this might be Panda's fault. I'm not sure, but I thought they had pre-sales of the bulldozer. Okay, and I thought they collected money from people, and possibly didn't give it back or something, because I didn't actually know what happened to the whole bulldozer thing, but that ended up being the shareholders that invested the money they raised from the shareholders. That was their money that more or less went into the new design product, which is the S1 Hashblade, and they just pulled back out of the bulldozer, and they didn't take any pre-orders or pre-sales from anybody. He said the only time they started taking pre-sale money was like 2 weeks ago when they just opened it up for this S1 Hashblade. So that was a huge plus that I didn't know about. I don't know if you guys knew that. Did anybody else know that, or is it just like, was I the only one in the dark about that they didn't have pre-sales on the bulldozer?
I told you that in February, but that's cool.
I have a question. Did anybody ask Ben this question? Because the minute he releases this product and it gets traction, the big boys are going to buy one and they're going to reverse engineer it. So the question I have is, and let me know if anybody asked this, was they did? Okay, so what was his answer? Because how are they going to prepare to combat?
You'll have to watch my video tomorrow to find out.
He said let him, because you know what? He said it's going to cost them. What did he say?
Wait, hold on. Hey, he just said you'll have to watch his video to find out. That's what he just said.
Yeah,
all right, give me the Spark Notes version. I'll watch Goat tomorrow. No, I'm serious.
More or less, he was like, let him. He's like, honestly, it's gonna take them way too much time and a shit ton of money. So
well, what he said was it would be cheaper to buy the company.
It would be cheaper to buy the company, and we're not selling. And that's pretty much what he said.
And he said we're not for sale.
I mean, how sure is he? I mean, because when you go against
he was pretty confident when he said that.
He was fairly confident. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'd be very careful, playing with.
So I
Titans.
asked him that what it would take for Bitmain to do that, to learn your your secret sauce or whatever, and he's essentially saying that they have to take the chip and slice it off layer by layer, and then X-ray every layer, and then put everything together. And the technology and the machinery to do that is insanely expensive, and only certain companies or certain people around the world have it and can do it. And he's like, it would just be insanely expensive to reverse engineer. I mean, I'm sure, Bitmain has nothing but time, right? But to his point, all they've been doing is taking the same recipe and putting it on a smaller node over and over and over and over and over. And that's how they get more efficiency. This is like redesigning.
I just, and here's the thing. Here's one thing I know about business is, you could be a small company with a great idea. And, the minute, and Max has seen this with that rideshare company that now you have Uber. When a Titan gets a hold of it, or somebody that knows what they're doing, and I'm not saying Lokotech doesn't know what they're doing, I'm speaking in generalities here. When a Titan gets a hold of it, it could completely destroy the entire thing. So it's just, you know what I mean? I'm not wishing that on them at all. I'm just saying, like, hopefully they're prepared. Because look, they're gonna buy one, and within a week of them releasing it, it's gonna go there, and it's already gonna be starting to get reverse engineered. That's just what they do. It's just what they do. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I think it'll happen for sure.
I'm glad that they're prepared for it though, because you got to be prepared for stuff like that. Got to stay one step ahead of them. You know what I mean? Say, hey, you're gonna reverse engineer my product. Cool. Now, if I'm Lokotech, I got to stay one step ahead of Bitmain or whoever else that might want to you know what I mean? So they're always playing catch up.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
He said that too. He's like, we're already, once we get this on because we're working on the 12 nanometer node. So putting it on like a 7 or a 5 or lower, it just makes it, that much more efficient, doubles the hash rate, cuts the power in half kind of thing. Right. So he's like, we'll have this and we'll shelf it until somebody else comes out, with something that's real competition for what we have.
Right.
Then we'll just pull it off the shelf and be ready to go and continue to, help
so they'll increase the efficiency and always beat Bitmain to the punch. Basically, that's kind of what he was getting at.
Yeah. And honestly, for them, if they have to make a certain amount of money, obviously, once they start making a good amount of money, then they have the money to get started on the 7 nanometer node. And I think they'll take it step by step just because of cost. He said to get down to 7 nanometer cost them $25 million up front. So,
damn.
Yeah. So they have a big, nut to crack. in order to get to that 7 nanometer node. But they do well with this product, and they can get there.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
and Hawk, to your point, he says he's not for sale, but how many comments does it take to change your mind?
Hey man, so just look, everybody's got a price, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like everybody's got a price. If somebody comes in and says, "Hey, we'll give you, $2-3 billion for your company. You're going to clear 500 million." I don't give a fuck what I invented. I'm out. See you guys later.
Yeah, no, honestly, I agree with you for sure.
Serious. I'm just being. And King made a good point here, and this is something they should look into. Kevin from Shark Tank would say to license it. He's actually not wrong. You could license it. And that's when the big money rolls in, because product sales are great. And you're only going to get so far. Then only so many people want them. And then after that, it's what do? What's your extra revenue stream, right? That's the thing. If you license the tech,
by the way, to your point, Hawk, this is his second company.
Right.
What do you think he did with his first one?
Sold it.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, point being is now you got but now you got shareholders that he doesn't make all those decisions anymore.
Exactly.
Now the shareholders could say, "Oh, well, no, we don't want to keep this at 2,000. Look at the market. Look what these machines are getting per gigahash. We have to make this $8,000. What are you guys doing here?"
Yeah.
Now
There was a chart that showed the top 20 shareholders of the company, and the top 3 spots are all C-level. So the people that own the company own the majority of the shares.
Right.
Correct, but even if you have a 40%, even at you're like a 60-40,
Oh yeah,
your
yeah.
40% can still make some pull. And if you lose your 40% pull their money, you're going to be in deep shit. So that's a big number. So you still got to answer to those people. Look, I'm just throwing in a couple curveballs, because these are things that could and more than likely will happen in some facet or another.
Right.
I'm rooting for you, Lokotech, because Bitmain, trust me, man. Bitmain could come out with the L9 at any minute. But who's their competition? They have literally no competition.
Nobody.
They have It's just like the iPhone or Android or something. They give you something a little bit better camera. Oh, here you go. Every 2 years, 3 years, here's a little bit better. But this might force them to actually give us something that's like lower wattage or much higher. Or I think it'll be really good. I'm rooting for you, Lokotech, man. Maybe not take down. Compete with Bitmain, man. Let's get some other options out there on the market for home miners. I'm all for it, man. I think it's a beautiful thing. People
100%.
rooting for the Titan. Boo!
Who's rooting
Real
for
quick,
the Titan?
so we're gonna change the
Chat
I guess
I love
chat,
it.
the
for the
feel
Titan. I'm
here.
just being real.
Q&A. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to add us in the chat. I want to just get whatever questions you guys have in. I want to run for about another 10-15 minutes or so, and then we're going to be getting out of here. I do want to bring up one thing that King said, actually. He said currently you could buy 2 L7s, which is 18 gigahashes, which is like 8K compared to 21K for the Lokotech 10 Hashblade server. Way more expensive. Right now, you're not wrong. It is way more expensive, but you're also quadruple the electricity, if not more. Yeah, you're way over that, actually, for the electricity when it comes to the L7s. So it's not...
Break even on an L7 was at 15 cents, and it was like 60 cents for the S1 per kilowatt hour. Yeah.
Right. So,
Huge
I mean...
difference.
Yeah, there's a real big difference there. It's not slight. So I mean, I get it. Like I said, the price, don't get me wrong, I think it's way too high right now. And that's honestly because we're in a bear market. It's just not, it's not one of those things where people are looking to spend $2,000 on a 3090 or a normal GPU. It's just, I don't know. We'll see those prices again, guys. We will. And if these prices go up, then you know what? You lied. That's all I can say. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I understand supply and demand, so it is what it is. Imagine if someone made a firmware for the L7s like brains. What would that mean?
It means they get more efficient.
Yeah, but it won't be that much more, right? Low power mode, they have that.
Hey, look,
the
Epic board that I got on my S19K, which I'm gonna finish that video because I got the new fans in. You can get 75 terahash at 1100 watts. So
wow,
that's pretty good. Holy
it's
shit.
really good.
Really
I mean,
good.
you're not making a lot and you're losing a lot of density, but it's not unfathomable to think that an L7 can't operate on the same parameter.
Yeah.
Right. So it's possible. Now, if that hits the market, there's going to be a lot of people with equipment already, right? That are not going to want to go purchase new units. So you know,
Jesus.
where's the money? Is it in buying a new car, or is it making your existing car more efficient? So it's
Mr.
kind of like,
Sorry,
just
Mass
throwing-
Boost in the chat said 23 hash blades equate to the same amount of power as one L7. That's crazy.
Damn.
That's so
Wow.
many. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, it was like
Damn.
almost 50 gigahash is what it came out to, as far as
No.
the hash power 1-to-1.
no, they definitely have the efficiency down 150%. There's no denying that.
Sure.
Anybody who denies that's an idiot. They definitely have the efficiency down. Whether it's sustainable business model is the question. And we're gonna see. I'm rooting for them. I really hope they do it because I'm all about the home miners and people making more efficient, more profit. Let's bring it in. But
Right.
What was it he was saying? I think it was Christian that was saying that they crunched the numbers and they saw that the majority of the hash rate on script was still L3s, right? It wasn't like the L7.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Chump, Max.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. What did you say?
Yeah,
What was the
I was
question?
reading the chat too.
Trying to find out what's
I
going
think it
on
was
over here.
Christian that said the majority they crunched the numbers and the majority of the hash rate was on script was from L3s still, not L7s. Am I making that up? You guys are looking at me like
They're talking about making
I
boards.
think I remember him saying that.
He said
They were
something
talking
about
about
it, but I don't recall verbatim.
Yeah, he was talking
what
about
he
making a
said.
board to put in an L3.
Yeah, that's
No,
right. Converting
No.
it out. No, you're saying the
Well, yeah,
majority
yeah,
of the
I don't think
hash
that's
rate.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, two things there. One, yes, he said that they're going to be making an L3 conversion like kit kind of thing. But two,
That's what I
that
remember,
the
yeah.
existing hash rate on the network, on the script network, was L3s, and it was not. There weren't as many L7s out there like in big farms and stuff as there are still L3s in production.
Oh, I
No,
kind of
I-
remember him saying
I
that
missed
actually, but I don't. Yeah, I kind of remember him saying that, but I wouldn't have been able to remember that like out of nowhere. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that's in your video tomorrow, I believe, right? When you
I think so,
states
yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't think we talked about that in mine, but yeah, I mean that's very interesting for sure. Let's see. Sorry, there's some BS going on in the chat. I don't know what happened. Anyways, let's see. If you guys have any questions, again, feel free to ask. Sarah Pools asked a question earlier. She said, "Do you think KDA will get back up to $10 given its partnerships?" I don't know what partnerships. I'm not a big KDA fan. I've never really looked into the project, to be honest. Is anybody here into KDA? Any of you guys?
I like KDA. I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
Do you know what partnership she's talking about?
No, it's kind of vague.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Does anybody else here know? No.
I like KDA
Partnerships
though.
with. I'm sorry. Repeat it again. Where is it? I'm trying to see it. This chat is
no,
going
it was
crazy.
a while ago. Do you think KDA will get back up to $10 given its partnerships? I'm not sure what partnership she's talking about though.
I don't know. I haven't heard any new partnerships. Although the
wonder if it's
Kadena Mining Club has got some really cool stuff going on with integrating NFTs with mining, which is pretty cool. Which it's actually pretty dope. You can purchase, in a nutshell, you purchase an NFT from them, and it gives you a fraction of a KA3 that's mining, but the NFT itself is actually worth money. So you could sell that and then keep that, and while still getting the rewards. It's pretty cool. I actually had a meeting with them yesterday, but it was like 10 minutes long, and I was just like out of it, and I just told them I had to reschedule. But pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I know DJ has one. I have one. Hobbyist has one. I don't know if Goat, do you have one too? You have one of those? You do?
Yeah.
What about you, Chump?
I
I got one
Max?
at Disrupt.
What, the little boxes? What are you talking about?
NFT.
The NFT, the
NFT,
Kadena
fraction
Mining
mining,
Club.
Kadena
Yeah, the
Mining.
fraction thing.
NFTs?
I'm
I
not a
like
fan.
it, man. I like it.
No.
And I'm not a fan of fraction mining. I don't think it's like, but this is actually pretty cool because it's an actual NFT is actually worth something, and you're not actually buying into the miner, right? So it's kind of it's pretty
Like
cool.
an ETF.
Yeah,
No.
speak, I guess.
And only different.
Yeah, it is just like an
It's
ETF.
right. I remember when
I don't
Coastal
know.
Crypto.
I don't like NFTs at all. I'm not a fan with it. And what was it? I think it was Elon Musk. He was talking to Joe Rogan the other day, and he was like, "Do you know that NFTs like aren't even actually on the blockchain?" He was like, "If these companies that go out or go under that actually own the NFTs, they're just gone."
Well, I mean,
I
it
don't-
goes
Yeah, I
for
mean,
anything
yeah.
in crypto,
It's
right?
investing, yeah.
I don't
could
know. I
happen,
just
yeah.
regardless, I don't like them either way. But I
Yeah.
would never invest into any type of NFT. That's just me personally, unless it was again house deeds, titles to cars, like real shit, medical records. Like okay, I get that stuff, but like monkey pictures and like some bullshit, no.
Oh, it's not about
Wouldn't do it.
no. It represents a piece of the machine, the hash rate, right?
Right.
So I mean,
That's
it's not like a
exactly-
picture. I mean, you get a picture, but it just okay. So like, let me say this: when Coastal Crypto, if they're still here, they announced that I think it was KS3 when it first came out, these fractional shares, and I was like, oh, what the hell is going on here? Boy, was I wrong. I have a viewer that ended up buying, I think it was 1/15th or 1/10 of a KS3. They've like 5x their money. I mean, they're doing great, right? So the people that couldn't afford a KS3 when it first came out, I mean, you know what Kaspa's done so far, right? Like, yeah, not everybody has 20,000 to drop, 40,000, whatever the price was, but they did have 1,000, right? And like, not saying it's for everybody, but man, you could make some good money on some massive machines if you can afford a piece of it. Not for me. I like the whole machine.
Me
But-
too. I'm not. I
You know.
personally don't recommend fractional mining at that level, but that's just me personally. There's the people to do it and do it. That's great.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't know. It's just
I want to
I
own the
don't know.
machine. You never
I
own
can't do
anything.
it. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
but you also have
Uh,
more money. Like, there's a lot of people in the chat. I mean, that's why they're GPU
right.
miners, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah, I
they
get
can only
that, I get that,
afford.
yeah, for
They
sure.
can only afford $300 to $500, but they still
Well-
want to. They hear all the YouTubers talk about the KS2s they got, the KS3. They're like, damn, I wish I could afford that. I still want to be part of this, but I got a couple $100. Let me get a piece of something.
Buy the
And I can-
coin.
you know. But there, I mean, yeah, you can always say buy the
If
coin.
you would have bought $1,000 worth of Kaspa at 2-3 cents, it hit 10 cents. That's a good return.
But people like mining too, or they, you know what I mean?
That's fine.
right, right.
I get it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, my electric bill is going up another 5 cents, so I'm gonna be at like 30 by the end of next month.
Time to move, man.
Bro, I've
God.
already said it. I already said it. Actually, I said it during our interview today. I was like, "We're going to Norway." Like after this, he said his
Yeah.
he said his freaking electric rate was 2 cents. I'm like, "What? Like, why am I here? Why am I in this country? This is terrible. 2 cents. I'm paying freaking 30. Nuts." Yeah, Patrick Murphy's like, "Welcome to the club." He's been paying 33 cents. I think he lives like I don't know
Ugh,
somewhere
terrible.
outside of Boston, but yeah, it's
Terrible.
rough. It's rough, man.
Fuck that.
Let me tell the
Fuck
chat
that.
this.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
in Norway, they were actually telling us that dinner, for those who don't know. So get this, it's not just 2 cents. There are months of the year that they pay them to turn on because there's excess
Right.
energy. They have to get rid of it. Between Norway, I want to say it was Denmark and somewhere else. Maybe it was Sweden. Don't quote me on Sweden. But they literally will
Man.
pay you. They're so desperate to get rid of this energy that if you turn your rigs on, you'll get to keep your crypto and they will pay you to do it. Think about
Wow.
it. That's crazy.
Where is
Yeah.
where is Seb's located? Does anybody know? Seb's FinTech?
He's
It-
in.
He's Swedish, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
No, he's in.
Is he Danish? Is he in Denmark?
I think he's in.
I don't know
I
where
think
he's
he's
from.
in either Switzerland or Norway. He's in one of
wa-
those.
I wonder what his electric rate is. I wonder if it's low or if it's
No, his
like,
power
crazy
rate's
high.
ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous.
High.
He,
Yeah.
he
No,
called and he was
wasn't that
asking me
bad.
about. He's asking me about northern.
Hosting.
I don't know what countries, and I can't remember.
Finland.
Finland.
Maybe
That sounds
it's
way-
Finland.
Is it
that
Finland?
sounds right.
Oh,
That
Finland.
sounds
Okay,
right.
so
I couldn't.
He
I could
said-
not think of it for the life of me. Okay.
he said it's
Uh,
You know, Sweden, Norway, Finland, they're all the same.
Yeah, to us,
Yeah,
it's the
whatever.
same.
They're all over across the pond. I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know what, like, I don't know. I know, like, you know, obviously different areas are gonna have different prices, but I didn't know how close he was to like Norway, and like they got 2 cents over here, and like, you know, it's a couple miles out, Sebs is paying like 30 cents. Like, what the hell's happening? Like, how does this even happen? I don't get it.
Different country. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
weird,
think
right?
he's
I
in
don't know.
Sweden, guys. I don't know if he's in.
Is he in Sweden? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Sweden.
Somewhere. Seb's in
I think
Sweden.
he's in
That's what
Sweden.
Patrick Murphy says. My
Because
wife
he
says
was
that as
telling
well.
me northern Sweden is like the data center hub, like one of the main places data centers go because the temperature is always cold. And he was like he was talking about that with me when we were having our conversation
Nice.
about Terra.
Makes sense.
But yeah, no, he's definitely, I think he's in Sweden. Never
They
Well,
all
mind.
rock
Norway,
mullets.
they said because of, I guess, everything that's going on over there, that they are basically capping any new facilities at 1 megawatt.
Right. So unless you had your something like filed prior or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but whatever.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm loving the fact that we got some sunny days. I've had some nice solar returns last few days. It's been nice.
Awesome.
I don't know what that's like. My panels are in the shade all the time.
I
You know
know
you can
Kevin
fix that.
O'Leary owns major shares in, it's either Denmark or it's one of those countries in that area because
Yeah.
the power is so cheap. It's basically free. And I know he has a lot of Bitcoin. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's got a big part from that.
Does anybody ask why Lokotech was in Norway?
They
Um,
said the
I don't know.
that's where
laws and
Christian is
regulations.
from. Yeah.
And,
Oh, it's
well,
where
and the
he's from.
majority of their team is
Yeah.
over there, like the
Yeah.
developers, the other C levels.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
And
that.
I
I
think
didn't
he's
know
one of
what-
the only ones in the U.S. or from the U.S.
He gave
Yeah.
their background at the beginning, how they met and all that stuff, I believe. Or it was like towards the beginning.
So I remember that was a question we had prior to you guys going to DC was, why is their company in Norway, not here in the US if Ben's American and all this other stuff? So I didn't know that.
You gotta watch my video tomorrow, Hawk.
I will.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
will go.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Give me a break. I got like a million emails to respond to. My
Yeah.
phone just it's amazing. When I get sick, I had 40 text messages yesterday. And I'm like got one eye open on the couch and I'm like this. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, of course, when I'm healthy, everything's, slow. And then when I lay down because I'm sick, my phone didn't stop. It was so annoying.
Dude, Christian
Yep.
is one of the coolest people I've ever met. Like when we were at dinner, he sat right next to me
Yep.
and we had some of the coolest conversations. He's been mining crypto since the very beginning. He bought the very first ASIC that ever came out and immediately knew that ASICs were like the future. And he just bought him and bought him and bought him. And then Script
Yeah.
came out and he said he just big dicked it. That wasn't his word, but he big PP energied it, went
He just
straight
said
into
it.
it, mined hundreds and hundreds of these Litecoins. And then he immediately, this is how wise he was, because now looking back at it, you're like, okay, well, Bitcoin became this big industry and it's not for little Timmy. He immediately saw it. He's like, oh, wait, this isn't the way. Right. So he went straight into Script as soon as Litecoin started coming out, Doge, all this stuff. And that's the direction he went because he already saw the writing on the wall that like, wow, this is going to cost me billions and I can't afford to be competitive anymore in Bitcoin. And like his wisdom, man, he's got a lot of wisdom in the crypto gang.
Yeah, for sure. He was actually really quiet during the interview. But I think honestly, so the live stream today, they have never been on anybody's channel or done a live stream at all. So that was their first live stream ever. And actually, I think he killed it, to be honest. I mean, Christian was, kind of quiet, but he talked a bit. And I mean, I don't think they had any hiccups. Like I was nervous as shit when I did my first live stream. It was absolutely terrible. And they were like, they just killed it. They absolutely killed it. So I don't know. I mean, huge shout out to them for coming on. Super happy about it. Yeah, I don't think, do you guys have any other things you want to talk about or say? We're going to be getting out of here in a few minutes. I don't see any other questions in the chat. If you guys have any questions, get your last questions in. And yeah, that's going to pretty much do it.
Listen
Anything
here,
else,
Timmy.
Dad? Yeah.
I
Go for it.
tried telling you about Chlor AI. I warned you, and it's done nothing but go up and up and up. And when I buy a Lambo from Chlor AI, everybody in chat can kiss my ass because I tried telling you. Stay broke.
Jesus.
All right, that's
Stay
all I have
broke.
to say.
They broke.
DJ,
Perfect.
this time last year, in last December, for the entire month of December, I mined a different coin every day, right? 30 coins in 30 days.
Right.
At the time, I mined 2,110 Chlor, and its average buying price was 4 zeros and then 1 5. Right now, it's 0.04, 4 cents. That is a 294,000% increase over a year.
You got
294,000%
increase.
Do you still have them? Do you still have the
Yeah,
Chlor?
yeah, I've still got the wallet. Yeah,
What's it
I mean,
worth?
it's
Do you mind me
only, it's only
asking?
worth like $100.
But that was a
because I
day.
mined it for one day.
That was a
you know?
day. Wow.
Yeah.
Chlor
for
AI,
you,
baby,
man.
to the moon.
Good for you. That's ballsy. Good for you. Well, that's not ballsy, actually. You just did it because you wanted the content, and that was actually a pain in the ass. I remember you been like, what the
Yeah,
F
an
should I
extreme
mine
pain in the
tomorrow?
ass.
'Cause I
Every
can't
day
figure it
getting
out.
up. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I don't know how you did that. I would have died like, 12 days in. Would have been terrible. he was like, what should I mine tomorrow? I'm like, bro, you're on your own. I have no idea. Like, good luck. Oh my God. Let's see. Let me see. Game with Smokey Dan said, I feel you made them feel comfortable, plus are very keen to get people investing, and having a good product helps a lot, says Game with Smokey Dan. Appreciate you, buddy. Yes. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess not attacking them was probably a good decision when it comes to asking questions. You know, you want to make people feel comfortable and stuff. So you got to do.
That's not how I felt as a viewer when I had my headphones in. I was like, damn, bro.
Well, I went in hot, like right off the bat, asked a few questions right away. Then we kind of got into who they were and their whole background, and then things kind of smoothed out. But overall, I think it was a pretty good interview.
Can I say one more thing? Yeah,
do it.
If y'all, not y'all, because you're my friends, if somebody invited me on their show after like the third one, I can't hold it in. I would have been like, is this why you brought me here? Are you interested in what I have to say? Because I feel attacked. Is this why I'm here? So shout out to them.
but that's
shout
business.
Shout out to them for just taking it, you know, and just being very professional. Seriously, I couldn't.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Don't ever release a product because you're gonna get grilled, and that's the part of the process.
You know what? My gosh. I honestly don't think they could be hurt more than what Panda did to them. Yeah. On that one stream.
Talk about it every time.
What he said on the stream today. Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. I felt so bad. He was like, man, you know, he's like, my New Year's was ruined.
Yeah.
He said that.
He said that at Discord.
He's like, it hurt a lot because like it's like work so hard for this, and then like you know that, and I'm like, listen, Panda just likes to get people hyped up. He's actually a really good guy.
He said that at Disrupt.
I just felt bad. I felt bad though. I was like, oh, Panda, damn it.
Dude, at Disrupt he mentioned Panda, and then he was kind of like getting a little, you know, on it. And I said, hold on, but Panda's family. I said he just got to understand how the content creators work, and you know, we're not gonna back up something at that time. We're not gonna back up something that we, you know, just have no evidence that it's real. So you're gonna get a lot of skepticism in this game, you know, and. Hey, Panda's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't let him fool you. Panda's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
It was more than like criticism. Like, what's the word? Something criticism. The first word before criticism.
Constructive criticism.
It wasn't constructive criticism. Panda's like, do not buy it. This is a scam. In front of like, this is a bull run, bro. So there's like 500 people watching, and this is like your idol, right? Like everybody knows Red Panda. Your idol just shits on you. So in front of him.
Well, I mean, in his defense, though, in Panda's defense. Sorry, Chump. In Panda's defense, nothing like that was even remotely possible because of the current hardware limitations that we were at. So when someone comes out with something outrageous, okay, just like Ice River, when someone comes out with something outrageous, it's going to be called bullshit until it happens. That's the train Panda was on. Every YouTuber does it. So, and just because he's Panda, everybody gets all in hype about it and he goes, well, it's one of the biggest crypto mining YouTubers. We all say the same thing. We all kind of say the same thing. If we were looking at when Ice River came out, what was everybody saying? Everybody was saying the same thing. Like, oh, this can't be true. This has got to be bullshit. Like, come on, $3,000 a day. This is insane. What was the KS3 making before they were taking pre-orders?
Oh, I mean, absurd.
Come on, it was absurd. Like, and it was not. It was not like unreasonable to think that it was complete bullshit. Like, so I mean,
yeah, but when you say, hey, I think this is unreasonable technology, hey, this just doesn't seem, there's a difference between this is a scam.
But here's the thing. I actually said this. I don't remember if I said it when Ice River came out. I think it was when Ice River came out was when I said it. But I said, yeah, but what technology revolution has happened with mining? It really hasn't been. They've just been coming out. What do they do every single time? They reduce the power by about a half, and they double it. They double the hash rate. That's what they do every time.
Right.
That doesn't. Could they 4 times, 8 times what it is right now? Maybe, but they haven't done anything with the technology. They've just reduced the size, reduced the latency, all that kind of stuff. There haven't been any innovations at all, and so you have now companies that are coming in going, "Hey, we can build a better mousetrap because nobody's even tried."
Yeah.
So
I mean, it makes sense, right? You're not gonna fight with yourself. You know, you're not gonna compete with yourself, rather.
Exactly. You got
to but Ben also had they had a really shitty start with marketing though. They really did. And that didn't help at all. It didn't help. And look, I'm just being honest, like the website and DJ's Lab, look at DJ Lab. He knows I'm right. I'm telling you, It was really bad. It was a really bad rollout, and that did not help them at all. I'm glad now they're rebuilding some faith, and you guys went, you saw stuff working, and now it's kind of being rebuilt just in time. But
there's always hiccups,
there was
though. There's always hiccups. Kind of like look back at us with our YouTube channels, right? Go to the first videos any of us made. They're all total shit, and they suck. And you know what I mean?
But it's kind of different. When you got millions of dollars on the line.
If you're not experienced in whatever you're trying to put out, and it gets out there, it's going to look like shit. It's good.
Yeah, but you can't.
How it goes.
And with all due respect, Chump, I disagree because you can't compare a YouTube channel to a company with millions of dollars.
You absolutely can. You absolutely can.
No, I disagree. I disagree because you would hire a consultant.
If you're going to disagree, let me talk, and then you can prove your point.
Got limited funds. They spend all their funds on development. That's what they're
yeah, but it's not even that. It's the fact that when you're uneducated in something you're trying to do, and you can't, like, you have nobody to go off of. Say, like, all right, for me, when I first started my YouTube channel, I didn't know shit about SEO scores. I don't know shit about making thumbnails. I don't know shit about recording, editing, nothing. I just went into it completely blind, how to learn everything from scratch. So, like, if you're going to build a website and try to get a company off the ground, not even doing anything along those lines before, it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? So, like, not saying that it's directly comparable, but like overall, trying to do something you don't know how to do, it's going to take time. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take, you're going to have to learn the hard way. That's pretty much how it goes. Like falling off a bike. You got to get back on and try again. Like, there's no easy way to just go about doing things. Go ahead.
Creating a logo.
Yep.
And a one-page website.
Mm-hmm. You should see my logo, bro.
Doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything. Cost you maybe $100. Maybe. Yeah. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to be a genius to do that.
I didn't know where to go. So that, like, in his defense, I didn't know where to go for my logo.
But here's the thing, though. You got millions of dollars in shareholders. You should hire a marketing consultant.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Yeah.
But that's very much different. We didn't start our YouTube channels with shareholders and millions of dollars. Okay, so that's, sorry, I love you, but I'm sorry, not sorry. You cannot compare the two.
They didn't start their company with millions of dollars, though.
You got to get funding from somewhere.
Yeah, it came over time, but like that's like if we started a company right now, we had a dope ass idea. Max, came up with something, and we started to get together. You got to remember, Christian, like I said, he's a miner. That's what he does, and he has this massive farm, and he's like, dude, I can do something cool, like what you guys will sometimes do with 3D printing something, and that just takes off. And you don't know how to run a business, or maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know, right? Maybe Ben does, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's really hard to say that like there's this perfect blueprint for having a company that like at step 1 you should have this. Step 2, maybe it's just some of the boys getting together and just building a company. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
First impressions are everything. That's all I'm saying.
From somebody that built like a plumbing company from the ground up, there's gonna be learning curves, man. Like you're gonna get stomped out in certain things, and you're gonna have to get back up and figure it out. Like it's just this how it goes. Nothing's going to be fluent, especially when you have nobody to turn to and ask questions. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess, par of the course, right? Real quick, shout out to the Mining King for the $5 super chat. He said, Vast AI is fake. Everyone get off. It's a scam. He just wants all the renting to go to him, bastard. Yeah. Anyways.
Everybody get off. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Jump change. Shout out for starting at 9 p.m. today.
Yes, I'm glad to wrap up at 11:15. It's been a 15-minute live stream, but we're gonna try to shorten this up. I know. Just time for a longer live stream, Max says. I'm like, God damn it, Max. Kill me now. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Mr. Hawk Crypto, I know you don't feel good. Thank you for showing up. DJ Mines, appreciate you filling in for the Mining King. We have the Geek of All Trades, Max Voltage. I'll leave all their channel links down in the description below. Make sure you guys go sub to them and check out Geek of All Trades video tomorrow with the Lokotech guys. So yeah, that's going to do it. Have a good Saturday. Have a good Sunday, actually. Weekend's pretty much over, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.